out what's going on out there in the land of the unfree America. I'm just fixing up my screen here a little bit. I'm going to jump on. There we are. Can you guys see me? Give me a double tap on the screen if you can see me. Put in the comments section OTVO for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? How are my American patriots today? How are you guys? What is going on? I am battling on no sleep again. That's okay. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section for me. We don't stop. Put it, Stomper. Can you guys see me? Give me a 5x5 if you guys can see me okay. Radic, a.k.a. Ski. Oh, I got to announce this. So the moderators, listen, let me say something. So the moderators, listen. I was... someone got blocked on the last live stream, and I had to go into the studio and unblock a bunch of people. So I just started removing people who were blocked, but I did it to like 10 or 15 moderators. So if you got unmoderated, I'm sorry. Just hit me up and let me know. Moderators, do me a favor. Please do not block people. Please do not block people. Just don't do it. Double tap on the screen for me. Double tap on the screen for me. Double tap on the screen for me. We don't stop rolling through the chat. We don't stop. Kinetic Customs and Racing, Gloria. Omega Aider, what is going on? We are live right here at the Delete Lawz studio. Mad Hatter, Gary Bryant is here. What's going on, Gary? Alexander, John Lunn, what is going on? So listen, I've got a little bit of a rant here that I got to play. And the reason I'm going to play the rant live, I'm going to stop it and correct myself because I got going a little bit in this rant right here. I get going a little bit in this rant, and I got to kind of pull myself back and be like, wait a minute, you're still talking to your friends here. But I got a lot of guff, a lot of people saying a lot of weird things to me over me being a journalist and covering the protests. And I also was protesting. I don't want ICE invading Home Depots. I want ICE getting rid of criminals who have created a victim of murder, rape, robbery. If there is an illegal immigrant in this town of Los Angeles who has committed murder or committed rape or committed burglary, I want them deported. I'm all for it. I am not for going to Home Depot and rounding up just any illegal immigrant you can possibly get and saying, oh, look, we got the dirty illegals. Now you're going to make more money. Your grocery bill is going to go down. Your kids aren't going to be addicted to drugs. There's going to be a lot less drug addiction in America because of the dirty illegals, right? No, wrong. So I don't agree with that. What is going on? Who is in the room? Can you double tap on the screen for me? Take your finger and double tap. Double tap, 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 tap. A little tap, tap, tappy. A little tap, tap, tappy. Everybody likes a little tap, tap, tappy, don't they? Can you give me a little tap, tap, tappy? Can you do that for me? I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'm going to play a little bit of this rant that I did, okay? East Carbon exposed. What's up with the Playboy? This is a little bit of the rant that I did, and I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'm going to have to stop it because I got going a little too hard, all right? I'm not fucking perfect. Can you imagine that? I'm a flawed individual. I'm not a perfect person. Could you imagine that? So let's get into it. Testing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you go back on my live streams before Donald Trump took office, I warned everybody that if you vote for this guy, you're voting for wars in our streets. Now, a lot of people will argue that we didn't have much of a choice because on the left, you had a woman who refused to answer a question. If you asked her if the sky was blue, she would give you a poem. If you asked her if she had any policies she would change aside from Joe Biden's, she said no, she wouldn't change anything. So we were stuck in this horrible situation. The truth is, and it has now mounted to be this, it has now proven to be this, that Donald Trump has turned America into a war zone. Is that wrong? Am I wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if that's a fact. If he's turned every major city, Detroit, San Francisco, LA, Chicago, Houston, every major city, Trump has turned into a war zone. Has he not? Has he not turned your town into... Put a 1 in the chat if he has turned our country into a war zone. And I know that there's Trump supporters in the crowd. He's turned our country into a war zone to get the dirty illegals where you're not going to make more money. There's not going to be less drugs in our country. Grocery prices are not going to drop because we get rid of the dirty illegals.
An absolute, total, chaotic war zone.
Yes.
The rule of law, the Constitution. When people say, what is the rule of law? What is the social contract? The social contract of these United States is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That is the backbone of law. When someone says, I'm pro rule of law, you are pro Constitution, you are pro Bill of Rights. And if you're not pro rule of law, then you don't live in these United States. You live somewhere else. You cannot be pro rule of law and anti Bill of Rights. Those two things cannot exist simultaneously. If you're pro rule of law, then you're pro Bill of Rights.
That's it. I mean, that's it. I did this rant last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, knowing I was going to show this to you guys, knowing that I was going to have to moderate my own words because I get a little harsh here. I get a little harsh, and I love you guys. I want you on Team DLZ. I need your support. Radek with the super chat. Thanks, Radek, for the super chat, man. I just saw it. Radek, a.k.a. Ski. Listen, thank you so much. Listen, it's been a hard week for me. I covering the protests. It didn't profit me anything. But watch this.
The Constitution, the Supremacy Clause, is the backbone of our way of life. And Donald Trump has violated our Constitution. Donald Trump has violated our social contract.
Exactly.
People are going to say, oh, Joe Biden did too. Donald Trump has turned our country into a war zone.
Yes, he has. He absolutely has. And that's a fact. I know a couple of moderators love Donald Trump. He's turned our country into a literal war zone.
And for my editor, what I'd like you to do is take those words, Donald Trump has turned our country into a war zone, and just take 3 or 4 seconds from this one, and 3 or 4 seconds from this one, and 3 or 4 seconds of this one.
Right.
And he's done it in the name of, I'm going to get all the dirty illegals. Well, let me tell you something, Jack. Your paycheck ain't going up.
Nope.
Your brother addicted to drugs ain't stopping because
Nope.
they got the dirty illegals.
Nope.
Your grocery prices aren't going down.
Nope.
The dirty illegals is a distraction to do what they really want to do.
Yes.
Which is to create a gigantic surveillance state, surveilling everything you do and everything you say.
Yes.
This has been the worst 120 days in U.S. history because as a constitutional law scholar, I have watched this person shit on our Constitution. On the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the Ninth Amendment, the 10th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment, and that's just off the top of my head.
That's a fact.
It's only going downhill from here, folks.
That's a fact.
We have 3 years and 7 more months of this jackass in the White House.
Yes. Yes. If you care about the rule of law, if you care about our Constitution, then you deeply care that the Constitution is upheld and that the checks and balances system of the 3 branches of government is respected. And that's not happening.
And people say, oh, Chille's just... No, I hate the left and I hate the right.
Significance of time, there were no riots. There were some jackasses who burned cars and some morons in a crowd who did looting. But I was down there 3 days in a row.
But the left didn't turn our country into a war zone.
No.
Didn't happen.
No.
Remember, all the George Floyd riots were on Donald Trump's watch. And why was that? Because he doesn't understand that we are a group of people that cannot be controlled by your paramilitary forces. And now we're seeing masked police. There's no identifying numbers on them. There's no agency number. We don't know who they are. They're just randomly going around shooting people, kidnapping people, killing people, taking people to faraway dungeons with no due process.
You cannot be pro rule of law and then say, yeah, no due process because you're not American. That is not how the Constitution works. It is not how the Constitution works. The Constitution works when the rule of law is upheld for everybody on American soil, in American jurisdiction. Remember, Boumediene versus Bush, 2008, 2 years after George Bush created the military tribunal where they didn't get any due process, that was struck down in Bushnell versus Bush, 2008. that if you are detained by Americans, no matter if they send you off to Gitmo or Venezuela or wherever they send you, you're still under American jurisdiction.
It's just so incredible. And I'm sitting on all this. I go down to film the ICE protests, and people start saying that I'm a looter and I'm a rioter and I'm for illegal immigration. What the are you talking about, Jack? I gave you a front seat to the LA protests on the line, and you respond in my comments by saying I'm a looter and a rioter and I'm for illegal immigration. I absolutely am not. Let me tell you something, Jack. I am not for deporting people who have not committed crimes. If someone came here illegally and they committed a felonious crime where they robbed, stole, raped, hurt, killed another person, they should be deported. If you rob, rape, kill, steal, beat another person, you should go to jail. Pro rule of law works both ways. But you can't say, oh, Chille's for illegal immigration because he covered the ICE protests. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You got a front row seats to those protests. And you're going to put in my comment section that I'm for looting and rioting? It's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. And if you're celebrating masked federal police with no identifying numbers, no agency number, no way to hold that person accountable, if you're celebrating this authoritarianism, you're a part of the problem. You would have supported Hitler.
No. Ascending Phoenix, you're completely wrong. The act of coming here illegally is not a crime. You should not be sent off to Gitmo or to El Salvador. You are not a criminal because you crossed a magic line on the sand. That's ridiculous. That is brainwash. A crime is when a victim has been created. That's what a crime is. Steve Conkler's in the room, everybody. Captain DLZ. Let me continue the rant. Obviously, I want you guys here. I want supporters. I want you guys to back me up in what I'm saying and what I'm doing. But a lot of people have lost their mind in this Trumpism garbage because we are for the rule of law. I'm pro rule of law all the way. I'm not for anarchy. There's creators on this platform who are all for, I'm just documenting the downfall of America. There's creators out there who are just like that you can subscribe to and you can follow, and they're going to sing your song. That's not who I am. I'm for the Constitution and I'm for the Bill of Rights.
Because that's what you're seeing here. People are like, oh, don't compare him to Hitler. Take a look at our country. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning. The demonization of anybody with brown skin. The demonization of anybody who came here and they didn't come on a legal visa. We're seeing it at the border all over the world. Canada and Mexico and any port to entry into the United States. People are not only being detained, they're being drug off to an ICE detention center.
Right.
That's what's happening.
For not having a visa.
It's real. It's what's happening.
Yes.
And you want to come in my comment section and say Chille's a looter and a rioter. Since when?
No, you didn't, Jody. Jody said, I watched a terrorist attack on the side street of LA ICE. Listen, fuck ICE. All the way. Fuck ICE. Fuck masked agents in our country with no employee number, no identifying agency. No. If that's what you're for, Jody, you're probably in the wrong place. Go to a channel where they suck up to the pigs. You're on the wrong channel, love. I love you. I want your support. I need your support. I completely make it by people super chatting me. And then I give my products away for free. I need your support. But if you are for ICE got attacked, why do you think they're getting attacked? They're wearing masks. They don't have employee identification numbers. They're kidnapping people off the street with no due process. Wake the fuck up, Jody. Wake up, love. Wake up. That's not American. That's anti-American. That's anti-rule of law. When there's secret police with masks on, that is anti-rule of law. There's no accountability, Jody.
Since when? I'm a journalist. I'm a reporter. I'm on the scene here in Los Angeles. If you don't want to see the coverage, don't fucking watch it.
Exactly.
But don't sit there and tell me that I'm a looter and a rioter and you used to support this channel, but you don't know if you... For what? For covering the protests?
You're welcome.
For going down and covering... And let me show you. I'm going to go a little bit out of order here, but let me show you why the people of Los Angeles turned out massive.
Pay very close attention, because if you go on these right-wing platforms like X, all you're going to hear is how these people are being paid. No, I live here, dude. I live in this city. Are some people being paid? Could be possible, but let me explain to you exactly how it happened.
Let me show you why the people of Los Angeles have turned out in massive numbers. Here's the reason why. Let me show you.
Clown Patrol, let them talk. Let them talk. This is a conversation. You want to voice your displeasure for what I'm saying? We're moderators. Don't time them out. Don't block them. You start calling me a bunch of fucking names, you're going to get blocked. But if you want to have a conversation about this, I'm here to have it. Believe me.
I'm going out of order here, but I want to show you this. This is the reason why the people of Los Angeles are mad. I'll show you the reason. It's real clear. It's real clear. This is the best one I can show you.
You guys are welcome to disagree with me, support Trump, support ICE, support pigs. You're welcome to do that. But let's take a look at the real reason why the protests in LA started.
Out of order here.
And they're not riots. I've seen riots. I was in the George Floyd riots when shit went crazy. That's not what this is. This is what happened. This is what happened right here. This is why people in LA went nuts.
Yeah.
This is a guy at a random Home Depot. Now, I don't know where you live, but I live in Los Angeles.
Absolutely, Claudette.
California. And here in Southern California, the Mexicans or Guatemalans or wherever they're from that came here illegally, they go down to the Home Depot and they sit in the front and they wait for a job. And when you hire those people, they work their ass off for you all day.
Yes, yes. Yes, I would rather hire a Mexican in front of Home Depot than a moving company.
I would rather hire a Mexican in front of Home Depot than a moving company, because I know the Mexican will work his fucking ass off for me.
Yes.
And if that Mexican has not killed anybody, has not raped anybody, has not robbed anybody, then I have no problem with him being here.
None.
As soon as you start robbing.
When you start saying that you're a criminal for coming to America without a visa, you've lost yourself, dude. You've lost yourself in the world of right and wrong. What a criminal is. A criminal is somebody who creates a victim. No, Rosa, you're wrong. You're wrong. There's plenty of right-wing creators who you're going to like their channel better than mine. I don't give a shit if you're here or not. If you can't see the reality of life, hey, listen, there's channels out there you're going to like better than mine.
Raping and killing, you got to go, Jack. Pretty simple. But what ICE did on orders of Donald...
No, Pig Hunter, I can say, you can create an infraction of the law and you're not a criminal. It's an infraction to come here illegally. You're not a criminal who should be sent off to Gitmo or to El Salvador.
Trump to that piece of shit, Tom Homan. And if you celebrate that guy, why are you a member of this channel? Why are you here?
Why are you here?
I don't like cops. I don't respect cops. I don't respect torture cuffs. I don't care who they go on.
Yeah.
If you're here and you're like, yeah, Tom, this is what I voted for, you should probably watch another channel, dude.
You should. Absolutely.
That's not what I'm about at all whatsoever. If you murdered someone, if you raped someone, if you robbed someone, get out of our country.
I'm all for it. If you created a victim and you came here illegally, you should be deported. Immediately scoop your ass up and take you the fuck away. You don't belong in our country if you're going to come here and rape and rob and steal and beat and cheat people who live here. If you do that, get the fuck out of our country. Oh, and there it is right there. There's a super chat. Hey, listen, RNR 11 News. ICE is wearing masks with no ID because of threats to their family. You're an officer safety over our rights guy. You're in. Thanks for the super chat, but you're probably in the wrong place, dude. You put officer safety over our rights. Our rights are in America. We don't have secret police, bro. That is not the foundation of what America is about. The fabric of America is rule of law, accountability, Bill of Rights. That's the fabric of America. If you support masked secret cops, you're probably in the wrong place, dude. There's probably channels that... I appreciate the super chat. Thanks for your support, man. I really appreciate it. But you're probably in the wrong place. I don't support masked secret cops who arrest people, kidnap people off the street with no due process. I don't believe in that because I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the Bill of Rights.
Same thing goes for you. You murder, rape, or rob somebody, you got to go to the dungeon, dude. Until we figure out another system, it's the dungeon. But this is what Dumpster Fire did in Los Angeles. This is what he did. This is the reason why Los Angeles came out in record numbers. And this bullshit on Twitter and Josh Hawley, I'm finding out who's paying for these protests. Could you just imagine that there's 4.5 million people who live in Los Angeles?
In a tiny little area. It's a huge area, but for 4.5 million people, it's a pretty small area.
That when tanks roll through their house, when tanks roll outside their front door, when there's Army helicopters flying over the top of their houses, could you imagine it pisses some of us off? Could you imagine that?
Could you imagine that? Oh, but they're all paid protesters. They're all paid.
Could you imagine that a few thousand people out of the 4.5 million are going to show up? But no, it's paid protests.
Right, it's paid.
It's all bullshit to be able to declare martial law.
Where'd you get that information? Where'd you get the information that it's all paid protesters? Where'd you get that? Didn't you get that from the internet?
So that you lose all your rights, Trumper. Oh, you think martial law just affects the people on the left? And I'm not on the left. I'm dead in center. You think martial law just affects the people on the left? Martial law will affect your son, your daughter, your roommate, your best friend, your mother, your brother, everybody. And everybody's a suspect. Just because you're a bootlicking Trump sucker does not mean that you're not a suspect of theirs.
You are. You are.
You are. Everybody is. And you'll go through it. I understand why you're doing this. I understand. I'm a good American. I understand. But the truth is, you're scared.
Hey, Burple, whatever your name is, whatever your username is, Burple Brink. So here it is. This is why I'm a constitutional law scholar, Burple Brink, and you're not. Burple Brink put Trump. Illegals don't have constitutional rights. That's false. That's false. Look up Boumediene versus Bush, 2008. Even when detainees were put in Gitmo, they still had a right to due process. 2008 Supreme Court case law. You might want to look it up, Burple. You're listening to right-wing bullshit, and you're going against yourself, against our freedoms, and pretty soon it'll be you up on the chopping block.
You're afraid it's going to happen to you.
Yes.
If I lick boots enough, maybe they won't be so hard on me. Oh, yes. Daddy government, I'm the good one. I promise, Daddy government.
Yes.
This is what ICE did. They showed up in LA on orders of the dumpster fire.
Yes.
And they went to random Home Depots just to arrest people who don't have legal documents.
That's right. And those people are not criminals. You've been brainwashed to believe they passed a magical line in the sand, and now they're a criminal and they should go to Gitmo. It's just crazy.
Did they come here illegally? Yes, they came here illegally. But what is a crime? A crime is something when there is a victim. If you put a gun in someone's face and they don't have any money and you run away, you created a victim. You terrorize that person by putting a gun in their face. If you go to someone's house and you take their stuff, you stole from them. You created a victim.
Criminal.
If you hit somebody in your car and you're drunk driving, you created a victim.
Criminal. Criminal.
If you rape or murder somebody, you created a victim.
Murder. That's right.
Walking across an imaginary line on the sand and saying, oh, that person's a criminal now because they passed the imaginary line in the sand. Dude, you have bought into the brainwash. I don't give a fuck. You want to unsubscribe from my channel? I don't care. You have lost yourself.
That's not true. I do care. I do care. I don't want you to unsubscribe. I want you to stay a channel member. I want you here. I want to be in the fight against police brutality with you. I don't want you to leave. I got ahead of myself. I'm angry. I'm ranting because so many people put in my comment section that I support looting and rioting. No, I don't. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? If I saw someone throwing a brick in front of me, I would grab them and throw them on their ass. Right there in the street with my camera rolling. 2 seconds flat. You throw a brick in front of me, bud, I'm throwing you on the ground. I am not for violence. I'm for rule of law, for the Bill of Rights all the way. I don't want you to leave. I said I had to moderate this because I got going and I was angry. And I did this at 3 o'clock in the morning last night.
if you are celebrating this authoritarianism and this demonization of anybody who's brown and don't have their papers. Oh, they were here 20 years. They should have got their papers. What were they doing? Maybe they were trying to get their papers. Maybe, just maybe. Here's a novel thing, right? Maybe, just maybe, it's not that easy.
Maybe it's not that easy because millions of people are trying to get their papers. Maybe
there's millions and millions of people. Now, you're going to have a big disagreement.
Oh, Conrad, I don't love to sue people. Conrad said I love to sue people. No, I don't love to sue people. But if you fuck with me and you violate my rights, you use defaming speech and that affects me and it causes me mental anguish, or if you violate my civil rights, I will fucking sue your ass in 2 seconds flat. I don't love to sue people, though.
I do too. I have a big... Now, you're going to have a big disagreement with them flying Mexico flags here while they're protesting deportations. I have a problem with that too.
I do too. I totally... So for the Trumpers out there and the people who are on the right and people on the left too who are saying, why are you flying Mexican flags when you're protesting deportations back to Mexico? I agree with you. Imagine that.
I have no problem with people celebrating their nationalism, whether they're from Sweden or Germany or Mexico. I don't agree with flying a Mexican flag when you're protesting deportations because you want to become American. And it's tone deaf. Americans don't appreciate that. We want you to celebrate our country if you want to come here. If you want to come here and you don't have your papers and you're here illegally and you haven't got your documentation, you should be flying an American flag as far as I'm concerned. But I don't have that whole flag worship thing. I don't got that flag stuffed up my ass. Like, oh, gotta have the flag up my ass. No, I'm proud of my country. I'm proud of Old Glory. I'm proud to be an American. I love this country. I will fight and I will die for this country. I will end up in government service for this country.
Yes.
So I don't agree with flying a Mexican flag either and saying, F America, as you're protesting being deported.
Is that amazing? Do we agree? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying. If you're going to protest being deported back to Mexico, then you can't fly an American flag and say, fuck America. Okay? I don't agree with that. Like, what? Since when do I not have American blood in my veins? Since when did that happen? You know, but in the same vein, though, I believe it's the 1975 case of Texas versus Johnson. You can fly any flag you want. You can even burn the American flag, which I would not do because I love this country.
I don't agree with that either. But I don't think people should be deported if they haven't committed a crime. And you're going to go to the brainwash that you've been sucking in through the mainstream media. That, oh, they came here illegally. It was illegal that they came here. And it affects you, again, zero, dude.
None.
It affects you none.
None.
This is for the chaos. This is so they can do what they're really planning to do. Don't buy the bullshit. And if you're sucking up as they're cuffing people and beating people and tasing people and gassing people, throwing people in absolute dungeons where there's rats and dirt and the food isn't human grade consumption, then you've lost yourself. I don't give a fuck if you don't like hearing it. You have lost yourself. If you are celebrating faceless, nameless, no agency number, no badge number on secret cops, and you're a member of this channel, you've lost yourself. Trump is not a god. He's not some god. He's not going to forgive your sins and lead you to everlasting life. No, he's a guy who made money from casinos and beauty pageants and The Apprentice. And he's got you so fooled as he creates this gigantic social credit system.
Yes, that's what's really going on, people. Plantier they're creating a social credit score system as Trump creates an absolute chaotical war right in your neighborhood. So you're not paying attention. And I'm giving a reaction to the rant I made last night so I could correct myself and soften the edges a little bit because I was pissed off when I made this rant. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of here, dude. There's channels you're going to like better. Go to those channels. Go.
He's creating now as you're distracted from the dirty illegals. Let's just say for a moment, all the dirty illegals got rounded up and were gone. Do you make more money?
No.
No. Do you pay do you make more money? No. Do you pay more for groceries? Yes. Yes, you do. Without that illegal brown work, well, you're going to pay more for an orange and an apple and every other kind of fruit.
That's a fact.
Is the drug problem less? No. Is drug addiction gone? No. Is the homeless problem smaller? No. No. You have a fraction of the homeless people. Most Mexicans, in case you don't know, because I live in LA, most Mexicans, they're not homeless.
No.
They're multi-generational. They live in a family with the kids, the parents, the grandparents, and the great-grandparents.
Yes.
So they're not homeless.
That's
You
right.
may have 20 people in an apartment, but they're not homeless. Most of the homeless are veterans and orphans, and 1/3 of our homeless are veterans of wars that this government sent them to with no back plan when they got home. There was no plan for housing, no plan for mental health, none of it.
All the money that you want to spend on arresting the dirty illegals could be spent on housing for veterans. We ignore this bullshit, cut off services to illegal immigrants, build housing for veterans. I'm all for America all the way, America first.
But you're so concerned about the dirty illegals. And I say dirty illegals just like I call us all peons. We're all peons until you're in government and you can make real choices. If you think that getting rid of all the illegals is going to make your problems better, make you make more money, lessen the drug problem, lessen the homeless problem, and that's the real issues in this country right now. It's homelessness, it's your paycheck, it's housing,
And drug addiction.
cost of childcare.
Yes.
Those are the real issues in our country. It is not illegal immigration.
It is not. That's a distraction, just like Hitler did. This is the exact same playbook as Hitler. Exactly the same. Whether I like it or not, I don't like it. It's exactly the same playbook that Hitler used.
That was the scare that they put in you, that all the swing states are going to go to blue. If we allow them to come in, then all those illegals are going to be naturalized, and then they're going to flip the vote, and it's going to be a Democratic government forever, which is a fucking lie.
It's an absolute, total, complete lie. Because
No illegal immigrant can vote in federal elections,
no illegal can vote in federal elections.
meaning that the federal Congress, Senate, and House, and the presidency will never be decided by illegal immigrants.
Nope.
And you could change each individual state legislature around the country that illegal immigrants can't vote in those elections. We could cut off the services for illegal immigrations. We could cut off the services for illegal immigrants.
Yes.
The food stamps, the housing, the driver's licenses, the subsidies. We could do that. But no, the dumpster fire has turned our country into an absolute fucking war zone. And
Every city in America is a war zone right now. Put a 1 in the chat if there is a war zone in your city or in the state next to you. He's created a war zone.
you have the audacity to go into my comment section and say, well, I used to support this channel. What don't you support?
I'm pissed off. You can tell.
How many other channels are going right down to the front line?
This is why I'm moderating my own rant I did last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I could soften a little bit and also curtail and edge and make it so that people understand. Why would you bash me, a journalist who went right down to the front lines of the protest and showed you the line, got hit by a nightstick, got a ricocheted rubber bullet hit off me?
You're going to tell me I'm now a part of a looting and rioting and I support what? What? Really, dude, if you wrote that shit in my comment section, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, and I don't want you to get the fuck out of here. I was just pissed off. I was pissed off. You might have reacted to something you saw that I did and thought, oh, he supports looting and rioting and he doesn't support the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. I 100% support the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. If you don't support the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, then right, you should get the fuck out of here, because I do support our Bill of Rights and our Constitution and the rule of law. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I've never claimed that the government doesn't have the authority over me. I've never said I'm not in American jurisdiction, ever. If you feel that way, there are other channels. There's other channels out there that have those kinds of beliefs that you'll probably like better. But I'm not that channel. I support the rule of law all the way. I'm for the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, rule of law, all the way. So I don't want you to leave. I was just pissed off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
No, I do care.
Don't come in my comments and say to me that I'm anti-American or what? What?
Since when? I bleed red, white, and blue. What the fuck are you talking about?
I have pledged my allegiance to this country time and time and time again. I have stood up for thousands and thousands of people's rights. I have taken on cops, taken on courts, taken on judges, taken on prosecutors, and I have paid the price. And now you're going to tell me that I'm anti-American? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, I'm pissed off at this point.
This is what Trump has done. He's sending ICE agents to Home Depots to arrest random illegal immigrants.
And that's why LA blew up. That's why America blew up. That's why LA blew up and people got pissed off. Okay?
And what that did is it pissed off the community.
Yes.
That's what the dumpster fire did. And
Yes.
that's why this is going on in this country today.
Yes.
Here it is right here.
Take a look at this guy. Take a good look at him. He's a guy standing outside a Home Depot trying to get a job to move some furniture or repot your plants. He's not a criminal.
Newsflash, that guy's standing outside with his backpack and water, probably his lunch in there, so that he could get some work today. That's what he's doing there.
Yes.
And when ICE started randomly raiding Home Depots, the community got pissed. That's what happened.
I can't see the super chats. I'm trying to ignore the chat. But thank you, Melissa, for the 5 gifted memberships. You guys, listen, I appreciate your support. I really do. For Team DLZ, put Team DLZ in the chat. I appreciate your support. I'm showing this rant that I made, and I'm moderating my own rant because I said some things I didn't mean. Obviously, I don't want you to get the fuck out of here. I care about you. I care about anybody, especially if they've experienced police brutality or been cheated by the government. I care about you. I wish I didn't, but I do. I'm a true empath. So I said some things I kind of wanted to soften the edges a little bit, and that's why I'm moderating my own rant that I made last night.
That's what happened.
Thanks for the super chat. Let me see if I can read.
That's why the community here in LA is mad.
Yeah, that's why we're mad, because they just showed up. R&R said, problem is we're no longer a republic, but a takeover by corporate America. See there, R&R, that's why we agree. We've been taken over by corporatocracy. And by the way, Rutherford B. Hayes, president in 1769 to 1777, right after Andrew Johnson, Rutherford B. Hayes, he said we're no longer America for the people, by the people. We are now a corporatocracy. And he said that in 1769.
We're going to find who's paying these protesters. Maybe you sent federal masked agents with no agency number, no name tag on to random Home Depots in our cities, and the people here got fucking pissed. Maybe. Whoa. No, they got to be being paid by Soros. And if you support anti-ICE, you must be for George Soros and the liberals. You sound like a fucking retard, dude.
No, you do. To think that I stand for George Soros? I had 100 comments saying I was a Soros plug. What the fuck are you talking about? George Soros is a wacko. What are you talking about? I don't support George Soros. It pissed me off.
That means I got to get rid of my 44 Magnum sitting right here because now I'm a libtard?
And there are libtards. There's good liberal people and there's libtards.
Now I'm a Democrat all of a sudden because I don't think they're going to have me, dude. It's just infuriating reading some of the things people said to me.
Now look, an unmarked car with masked agents with no agency number. I see you, Kevin. Team DLZ, please read my chats. Thanks. I can't. I'm trying to keep up. There's thousands of people coming through here, so forgive me.
And they randomly stole a dude off the street and took him away in an ICE van. His
In an
family,
unmarked
friends.
car. We
There's
have no
due
idea.
process for him.
No phone call.
So for the people who are dramatically liberal and on the left, this pisses people who are liberal off. It should piss you off if you're a conservative. And why? Because you're supposed to be for the Constitution.
Yes.
You're supposed to be for due fucking process of your rights. You're not supposed to be drug off in a van with no due process. You're not supposed to be drug off and then people just go, well, I mean, I guess it's illegal.
Right.
And that's what so many people, a guy I know earlier wrote me earlier and said, get all those cockroaches. Cockroaches?
I thought we were talking about human beings here. I thought we were talking, and then Steve Burnell put in here, Zidav versus Davis, indefinite detention of foreign nationals after removal order is unconstitutional. Matthew versus Diaz, even unlawful residents are entitled to constitutional protections if you're on these United States of America's jurisdiction. That's why they tried to do the Gitmo thing, but also take a look, Steve Bernal, take a look at the 2008 case of Boumediene versus Bush. It reiterates the 1976 case of Matthews versus Diaz. And if you're not for due process, then you're not for the Constitution, and you're not for the Bill of Rights, and you're not for the American standard of the rule of law.
You're not a person? You're not a human being? Every single person you know doesn't have feelings, doesn't have a heart.
They don't get to call their friends and family and say they took me off in cuffs somewhere. No one's going to send them any commissary money. They don't get any money on their books. They don't get any treats or snacks. They're just fuck them because they crossed a magical line and they became a criminal when they passed the magical line. What a load of shit.
Have hopes and dreams. We don't know anything about the guy they just drug off to a black car with no markings, with no credentials, with no badge numbers, with no agency name. We don't know anything about
Nothing.
We don't know anything.
Nothing.
We're just seeing people show up in paramilitary gear, wearing ICE on their jersey, and grabbing random people and disappearing them. If that doesn't bother you, why doesn't it?
Why doesn't it bother you? Why doesn't it bother you? Because it could be you next. It happened to the woman in Arizona. Brian from Here's the Deal covered it yesterday. They just pulled up on her, said she was somebody else, pointed a long rifle at her, kidnapped her, then booked her into jail under the person's name who they assumed she was.
How have you watched this channel for the past 4 or 5 years and this doesn't piss you off? It's the dirty illegals. You've been fucking brainwashed, brother. You've been brainwashed. It's not the dirty illegals. The illegals are not the cause of your life's problems. It's not why your wife's a bitch. It's not why you don't have any money. It's not why your son's addicted to drugs. It's not why the grocery store is so expensive. It's not why the cost of childcare is ridiculously out the roof. None of those things are caused by the dirty illegals.
I thought it was pretty funny that I threw in there, that's not why your wife's a bitch. You know, like it's, you're blaming Steve Conkler, Captain DLZ is in the chat. Everybody do me a favor. Say, what's up, Steve?
You were fed a bag of goods and it was full of shit. You bought a sack of shit from Trump. It's the illegals. It's the illegals. You know who else did this? Hitler. Hitler did this. Hitler did the exact same thing.
Yes.
Blamed the immigrants for all of Germany's problems. 60 years later, what's Germany doing? We're so sorry. We're so sorry for the way we behaved. We're sorry. We're sorry. And that's going to be us. That should be you now. People get due process.
People get due process.
And people will say, oh, they're illegals. They don't have the same rights. My moronic friend who texted me earlier that called these people cockroaches, he said to me, you're supposed to be the constitutional law scholar. You should know this. Let me clue you in. I am a constitutional law scholar. You have every single right the Americans have who are naturalized American citizens if you're on U.S. soil.
Bingo!
That's why dumpster fire couldn't just get rid of the 14th Amendment by executive order.
Exactly.
It didn't work. It's not going to work.
No.
You have the same rights as every other person once you're in American jurisdiction. And people are like, oh, yeah, they don't get the same. Why don't they? And answer the question. Get out a piece of paper and a pen. Put on a piece of paper right now. How are the dirty illegals ruining your life?
Write it down.
How are they?
Someone just said it. I think her name was Mary. Mary just said, "Got to get the illegals out." Okay, Mary. Mary, pull out a pen and paper. Pull out a pen and paper.
Bringing in the drugs? Really? I don't think so. If we sealed the Mexican border, drugs would come in through Canada. Then it would be the evil Canadians, right? If we sealed the Canadian border, drugs would come in through the ports of New York and California, South Carolina, Washington, Oregon. Drugs would come in through the ports.
Yes, they would.
It's called supply and demand. And Americans want drugs.
Yes. Yes.
No, not just you and your pharmaceutical drugs that you have a prescription for. They want all drugs.
Yes.
Americans want drugs.
Put a 1 in the chat if Americans want drugs. Put a 1 in the chat if you take a prescription medication every day or once a week, or you're on Zoloft or one of the antidepressants, or you're taking blood pressure medication by Big Pharma that you could get off. I got off of it. My blood pressure is 125 over 85. Put a 1 in the chat. I didn't give up on America. I'm running for governor, Daniel. I'm all for America. I'm for the Constitution, for the Bill of Rights, and for due process of law. Aren't you?
The demand is from the people. Did you know back in 1882 with the Chinese Exclusionary Act that was wildly popular and unpopular at the same time? And there was a president named Grover Cleveland, similar to Trump, where he had 2 different terms, 1888 to 1892, 1892 to 1896. I'm sorry, it was Grover Cleveland was president from 1884 to 1888. Then Benjamin Harrison took over from 1888 to 1892, and then Grover Cleveland got back in from 1892 to 1896.
Right.
You could fast forward 1 year because back then it was 1893 to 1897. But the point is this. Grover Cleveland tried to push the Chinese Exclusionary Act, and they went all the way to the point where they banned opium. Yeah. And what do you think happened in America? Who do you think revolted? You think the Chinese revolted that they weren't selling opium to America? No. The Americans revolted that they didn't get their opium from China.
Yes. Look it up. I'm telling you facts here.
That's a fact. Look it up.
Yes.
To focus on this guy right there. Look at him. Trigger happy as fuck. So I just showed you him.
So I want to jump back in here, and I'm gonna cut this here, and I wanted to explain to my people, to Team DLZ, if you're a supporter of Team DLZ, do me a favor, put Team DLZ in the chat. I appreciate your support. I want your support. I got a little bit off of my rant and said I don't give a shit if you're here. I do care if you're here. I do care that we're in the fight against police brutality and accountability together. I do care. I was just pissed off at 3 o'clock in the morning reading these comments in my comment section saying that I support rioting and looting. I've never supported any sort of violence at all whatsoever. You guys even heard yesterday when I was down there with the pigs, I didn't call them pigs. I called them police officers, and yes, officer. I talked to them respectfully because I realized that the audience on the protest with me in the front right there where the cops the line was and where the protesters line was, that is going to build an audience of people that some people support cops and some people don't. So I didn't even call them pigs. I just called them cops and officers. I had a joking, like a back and forth with the cops to try to get some humanity inside of these people. But as we can see, it just didn't work out that way. You saw that the cops started shooting people with rubber bullets that was just so completely unnecessary. It was completely and utterly unnecessary. And that's what they did. And that's what they were doing. And that's what they are doing. And it just has to stop. So I want to show this video now because now that rant is over. Thanks for letting me kind of clear the air a little bit. You know, listen, if you're a member of Team DLZ, I love you and I support you. And if you got cheated by the cops, I'll help you. But to think that I'm anti-American, you're just going to send me off on it sent me off on a little bit of a tangent. And I just wanted to clarify my position. Clearly clarify my position. So here's the same video we just started watching. We're going to watch it now.
Right there. Look.
So this video is pretty insane. And this is what happens when you have people dressing up like G.I. Joe Loser in our country with no accountability for what they do and nobody to put a check on them because their badge numbers are hidden.
Trigger happy. I want us to focus on this guy right there. Look at him. Trigger happy as fuck. So I just showed you him, right? Look at that. Oh, what's passing by? Where's our money going, right? Where are our tax dollars going, right? Right? Yeah. So we've got trigger happy fucking bitch over here. Look at. They're telling her to move, but that's a public sidewalk. They're telling her to move. Watch, if they shoot her.
So if you can't hear, the pigs are screaming, "Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here right now! Get out of here right now!" She lives in that apartment building right there. She lives right there. She was going home. She has to go through the police line to be able to get home. But the cop just shot her point blank. I thank God that the rubber bullet that I got hit with was a ricochet because it hit here and rolled up my chest. I have 2 marks right here on my chest. That's a fact. If you don't believe me, ask Brian from Here's the Deal. I sent him the picture. Immediately, as soon as I got shot, I sent him the picture.
Holy fuck. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Where'd it get you? Really, fuck off. She's not doing anything. Come on. We're moving, assholes.
And look at what happens when they dress up like G.I. Joe Loser. Get out of here now! Get out of here! It's 2 women.
You got it. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I'm delusional, Kay. I'm delusional. Then why do hundreds of thousands of people watch my videos every day? Why do millions of people, 20 million people a month watch my videos? Why do you think that is if I'm delusional? Put a 1 in the chat if you've experienced police brutality. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been cheated by the cops. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had a family member who's been beaten, cheated, or charged by the cops unlawfully and unjustly. Put a 1 in the chat if you've experienced it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've backed the blue until it happened to you. Put a 1 in the chat if this woman could have been your mother, your sister, your aunt, your lover.
I just need to get out of their sight. Here.
I don't know, Kay. There's 1,200 people here right now. How many people are watching your channel?
Got some supplies in my bag. Sit down.
What a patriot. What a patriot to help her. The cops could have just let her through. They could have let her through and let her go home.
They shot her. Yeah. Point blank. I literally just got it on video. They're gonna shoot. We're moving! We're moving! Stop! She's injured!
And this is the authoritarianism. Once they get dressed up like G.I. Joe Loser, look how they behave. Get out of here now! She lives right fucking there. She lives right where you cops are. She has to go through the line to go home.
Come on, we gotta get across the street. Come on, we gotta go across the street. Where are you going? I live here. Okay.
I live here.
Come on. I just literally shot her point blank. No, she's not okay.
No, she's not okay. Listen, I'm so grateful that the rubber bullet I got hit with was a ricochet because I felt it roll and I heard it whiz by my ear. So I thought to myself, that's weird. And then when I saw the bruises on my chest, I was like, well, if that was a direct hit, it would have left a solid, like a hole essentially in your body, like they did to that woman. I wonder where they shot her. I wonder if she got shot in the stomach and where'd she get, oh, and there's the bootlicking Jay. Obey. You see the comment here by Jay? I'm not going to say his name, but did you see Jay? He put the comment, obey. Jay, there's other channels, dude. You should move along. Go to channels where people drop down and lick the boots of government. Go to other channels where there's statists just like you who want you to obey. That's not this channel, brother.
Yeah, try right here, and let me just look at it, unless you want to go inside. Holy fuck, you guys. Okay.
That's scary. That's scary.
Here.
That's scary. That was some scary shit right there. I love this guy. I love this guy. I love it when 19-year-old young men think that because they signed up for the military, that they know what they're talking about. Let me show you this guy. And I got this from my buddy who called human beings cockroaches. No person is a cockroach. Every person has feelings, has a life, has a family, has friends. And even if they don't have any of those things, they still have a life that is worth living. Is it going to let me? Let me see.
Morons defending.
Okay. So this guy, I wonder if you can see my comment on here. My comment's not there. So no, I don't agree. So this guy's a Marine, so he figures because he's a Marine, well, he understands the Constitution. He doesn't know shit, but he thinks because he's a Marine, well, then he knows, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about at all whatsoever.
Have me more fired up than I've been in a long time.
Of course, because you've been fed this red meat by the dumpster fire that illegals are the whole problem in our country.
First of all, this whole fucking remember your oath. Yeah, pussy.
This whole thing.
See, I remember my oath, and it was to defend America.
Did he say, remember your oath, remember your oath? Yeah, pussy? Yeah, pussy, bro? That's the response is, yeah, pussy? I remember my oath, pussy! Just
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
There's no enemies.
If your reaction to law enforcement...
No, if your reaction, there's no such thing as law enforcers. It is such a scam. It is such a lie. It is such bullshit. It is beyond the pale. It truly, truly is.
Enforcing the law?
Right. There's no such thing as law enforcers. It was created by the cops so they could get a skull with a blue stripe through it, be the Punisher. There's supposed to be peace officers in this country.
Is to wave your foreign flag while you burn shit down, block roads, attack federal agents, attack the police.
So this guy's a future cop for sure. And that's not true. Not everybody is waving a foreign flag. Not everybody is burning things down. It's a tiny percentage of the population that did that. And most of us good people, when we saw stuff like that, we got the fuck out of there. I want nothing to do with looting or burning or graffitiing or rioting. None of those things. 99% of the people down at the protest were peacefully protesting. And then at night, you got the looters come out, which I wasn't there, remember? I leave when it gets dark.
You are an enemy of the United States, whether you are foreign and you came here illegally, or you were born here and you're a domestic enemy of the United States.
Boy, I love listening to 19-year-old young men telling me how it is. Oh, thanks, bro. I haven't been studying this shit for decades. But you, because you joined the Marines, that means that you know. Okay.
I promise you, regardless of which one you are, we are on that ass. If your response to law enforcement...
If your response to law enforcement, he's a bootlicking copsucker.
Enforcing the law is...
If your reaction to law enforcers enforcing the law, it's the brainwash that people who cross the imaginary line are criminals. They're criminals. They should go to Gitmo. They should go to El Salvador. They should be shipped off to Libya. We should send them to a prison for crossing the magical borderline. Even if they did not create a victim, they didn't beat, they didn't rape, they didn't rob, they didn't steal, they didn't kill, but they're here illegally, so they should be sent off to a fucking dungeon, right? In all of his 19 years, he knows everything.
To further break the law. And I can't even describe to you the men that
You can't describe it because you're not capable of describing it. Because you don't have enough life experience. You went from high school to the Marines. And the brainwash really started.
they're gonna send, the Marines, joined in like the late teens, early 20s with hopes and dreams of getting war in the Middle East. And then the war ended.
That's who he is. He joined with hopes and dreams of joining the war where we attacked countries who didn't attack us. In all of his 19 years, that's why he signed up, so he could go to the war in the Middle East. That's the person who's the expert that my buddy posted on his Instagram as, listen to this guy. Listen to the 19-year-old young man who doesn't know anything about life. How many Iraq veterans in the chat regret doing what they did? How many people who went to Afghanistan in 1992, 1993, 1994? How many people who were sent over to Africa in 95 through 2000? Oh yeah, we were in Africa fighting wars too. How many people regret that?
And now you're bringing it to their front door. I cannot describe to you the type of foaming from the mouth that these men are doing to go to LA.
Really? You cannot describe the type of foaming of the mouth? Well, Bill Roberts, thanks for the super chat. Don't let government put us against each other. Love you, bro, man. We don't stop. 100%. I think Bill Roberts with the super chat. Thanks for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Somebody match him. Let's get the super chats rolling. Somebody match him. So listen, I believe Bill Roberts, which your video has gone viral, Bill. I'm not sure if you know that. Your video has gone viral across multiple platforms now. I believe you're a veteran, Bill. And the things that sometimes they make these young men do is wrong.
And there won't be a shred of moral conviction about it either. You asked for it, you got the police. You asked for it again, you got the National Guard. You asked for it a third time, and now daddy's about to be on his fucking way to clean shit up because you're so fucking stupid.
He just referred to himself as daddy. He's 19 years old. I mean, dude, I respect your service. Thank you for signing up. I come from a long military family. My uncle was Navy. He was so hardcore on me. For every minute I was late coming home, I was grounded for a week. In the summer of my junior year, so I'm a junior in high school, I was 7 minutes late. And my uncle, when I ran up the stairs as fast as I can, I said, I'm sorry, couldn't get here in time. He said, you're 7 minutes late. I said, I'm sorry, sir. He said, you're grounded for a month. You know what I said? I said, thank you. Because every minute is a week. That would have been 7 weeks. My uncle showed some leniency and only grounded me to the yard as a junior in high school for a month. So I understand discipline very well. And I'm grateful that he did that.
And I promise you that there's not anything that you can do against the world's finest large-scale fighting force off the leash.
Off the leash, he said. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want the United States Marines, who are created to fight foreign enemies, not domestic where there's no real actual threat of a takeover. I think the FBI led a bigger takeover with J6. I think the FBI-led J6 was a bigger takeover. Oh shit, does that ruin that I'm a libtard? I know for a fact J6 was orchestrated and led by the FBI, and so many of those people who went to prison for J6 were wrongfully put in a dungeon. Oh, but wait a minute, that takes away my libtard status. Fuck. Man, I know, damn it. We wanted to put him in a box and say he's a libtard. Damn it. I'm just, man, I can't believe he just said that. He just said J6 was led by the FBI? Yes, I did. It was. There was agent provocateurs who were leading that, who were leading the cattle, the tax cattle, into a dungeon, into a charge of treason. Yes. Were there some people there who should have gone to jail for attempting to overthrow the government? Yes. There were some bad actors there. Were a lot of them from the FBI? Yes. I watched this guy's breakdown, and I wanted to share this with you. Thanks for the super chats. I appreciate it. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section for me. We don't stop. Anyway, I'm not going to listen to the 19-year-old Marine. We're coming in there to get you guys. Like, bro, I hope you grow up a little bit. I hope you regret this video one day. I really do. I mean, what you just said and did was embarrassing, but you'll know that later in life. I like this guy's breakdown here.
Watch as this unmarked ICE vehicle rams into this white car. You can then watch as the agent fires what appears to be tear gas towards the vehicle. Then, at gunpoint, they detain the individual. Here's the part that's even more unbelievable. There were 3 people in that vehicle, all who claimed to be American citizens. ICE then fled the scene of this act.
We believe there's video showing it's an ICE agent, and they fled the scene, according to the news.
That's not rule of law. You don't get to wreck someone's car on the side of the road. Super Chats Guava with 5 gifted memberships. Thanks, Guava. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much. I don't see Let's OTVO. Reach the Peak is here. Where's Chevy? Chevy, where you at? Seth is in the room. He thinks people should be deported. Claudette is here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, moderators, I don't want to kick people out of the room because I just have to go and unblock them later. Thank you, R&R. Chille is maritime law, the really true law of the land. Now you're getting into jurisdictional stuff that has to do with going on the water, with the flag and the fringes and a lot of shit that I can't break down right this minute. Thanks, Guava. I appreciate it, man.
Reports, that's what we believe happened. Hollenbeck Division is even saying they're investigating this possibly as an assault with a deadly weapon.
There it is right there. You have ICE agents, James Forbes. You have ICE agents. Okay, but hey, Cracker said in here, I'm down for deportations. At what cost? At turning our country into a war zone? It's not going to make you have more money, bro. Your kids are not going to be less addicted to the drugs they're on. Your wife's not going to be less difficult to deal with. You're not going to make more money because you deport illegal immigrants, especially people who are here illegally but haven't committed a crime. Their whole illegality is crossing the magical line to come into America. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just absolute, complete, and total brainwash is what it is. It's absolute, total brainwash. Oh, yeah, this one right here. This will make your blood boil. This shows the reason why we're all together on this channel. Put a 1 in the chat if you're Team DLZ. Put Team DLZ in the chat, please, if you would. Pretty please with sugar and cherries on top. I'd appreciate it. This is Las Vegas. You know, the same ones I'm suing right now. So you see all these guys passing, right? So all these guys have a brain. They have common sense. They're regular men and women, right? All these guys here. What's going on, Mike Paul? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming here. Hey, Michael, it doesn't matter if you're here illegally if you haven't committed a crime. If you're adding to the fabric of America, then you should be allowed to stay here if you're not robbing, raping, killing, murdering, stealing.
Enjoying yourself?
You know, covering everything.
Nothing better to do?
Honor your oath. How about honor your oath, bitch? How about that? Honor your oath. Oh, there you go.
I didn't.
So he said, how about honor your oath? And watch what the bald-headed piggy here is going to do.
Do nothing. I didn't say nothing.
You're supposed to get lost. This guy goes to jail. He goes to jail. Let's go.
He goes to jail for what? Now, you have how many? A dozen men and a couple women in there? And not one of them has more sense than the next to go, wait a minute, what did he do? What did he do? What did he do wrong? But do they act that way?
Yep. Let's go. You go to jail. Bro. Big mouth.
I'm just watching. I'm watching. I didn't do nothing.
Hey, my glasses.
Party's over, ass.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. You're fucking pushing me. I'm not resisting. I swear I'm not resisting. I didn't do anything and I'm alive. I'm not doing anything. Man, I'm a good girl, bro. I got a clean record. I'm not doing anything. No, stop.
Listen, if the live boots, remember, just come right back. The live is not ending. This is YouTube, China, United States government. If they kick you off the live stream, come right back. Hey, Thomas, so you don't believe in property rights either? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Welcome to the channel for the first time. You've never been here. I teach rule of law, Constitution, Bill of Rights. What's the social contract based on? Life, liberty, property. Written by who? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Adopted by who? James Madison and Thomas Jefferson. And put in our Constitution. So that would mean if I stand for what Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote in his social contract, life, liberty, property, then I would be for private property. Welcome to the channel. For everybody, welcome Thomas. It's his first time here. It's his first time here. Everybody, welcome Thomas. Thanks for coming to the channel, Thomas. I appreciate you being here. It's going to kick you off, you guys. Just come right back. I'm not ending the live stream. You'll know when I end. Welcome, Thomas. Everybody, welcome Thomas. It's his first time on this channel. He has no idea what we stand for here.
Put that hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
Where's the good cop? Where's the good cop stopping this tyranny?
I'm just watching. Are you serious? I'm not doing anything. You guys are dude.
It's going to kick you off the live stream. Come right back. If it kicks you off the live stream, come right back.
I'm such a good girl. I don't do anything. Pull it up.
Man, do you have ID on you?
Do
you have ID on you?
Yeah, like,
where is it?
My backpack.
Is it right if I go in your backpack to grab it?
No.
Bro, she's under arrest. All right, you're going
No, I don't.
You're going to be searched inventory to arrest.
I didn't. You guys are coming to leave or something?
So that's going to leave 3 hours ago.
Are you serious?
3 hours
I didn't
ago.
do that?
Everybody heard it. Why do you think they're running around like chickens with their heads cut off?
But I've been walking around covering for your guys' side. I've been saying keep it peaceful.
Oh, I see. He's saying that he's arresting them for violating curfew. That's the most weak-ass, bitch-ass thing I've ever heard.
They even trying to send the news 3 guy. I've been saying keep it peaceful. You can watch my live. I'm not tripping.
And the young man that you were with ruined it for you. Yeah, you're fighting.
Where is your ID at?
Well, I'm trying to tell you. Hold on. No, it's on the inside. And I just, no, inside. Up. There you go.
Taking him to jail for violating a curfew. Thanks, Bill Roberts. Appreciate the super chat, brother.
Let's take me and you and 2 of them to Mars. Let them bring the turtle gear back. Because we got to keep. Okay, Ron, we're going to actually bring her over here, okay? We're going to bring her over here.
You enjoy your night? You enjoy your night?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you should have shut your mouth too. And you should have left hours ago.
I didn't.
Oh, you should have shut your mouth. You should have. Everybody do me a favor. Double tap on the screen. Not enough likes in here. Double tap on the screen. 427 likes. We've had 125,000 people come through. Double tap on the screen with your finger, please. Put in the comment section, Team DLZ. Team DLZ. Hey, Dawn, how many people are watching your channel of you reacting to yourself? Go ahead. How many, Dawn? How many? Does anybody listen to you, Dawn, at all?
Shut up. What are you dealing with no fucking rules? Shut your fucking mouth.
There it is. There's the authoritarian jackboot thug pig. JBTP. Put it in the comment section. JBTP. Disliked for begging. Hey, I could use some super chats, you guys. Could someone throw a few super chats up? Throw a few super chats up for your boy here. I appreciate that. Thanks, Sam, for pointing that out. I appreciate that. Thank you. If you guys could throw some super chats up, I appreciate it. John Lunn is here, everybody. Mikey Paul is here. Bruce and Greg are here. Good to see you guys, man. Mikey B is here. Thanks for coming. Dylan's here. Actually, 126,291 people have been through this live stream today.
I'm defending people here telling them to be nice to you, and you're sitting there being
Have it in my face.
I didn't
Shut your mouth
and
and walk. Shut your mouth and walk.
There it is. There. If you support that, then you're on the wrong channel. Shut your mouth and walk. You should have left here hours ago. I'm going to arrest you because you called me a bitch. Kevin Gordon with the super chat. Right on, Kevin. Thanks. For the glory of Christ is here. What's going on, everybody? Thanks, Kevin Gordon, for the super chat. Yes. Hey, Sam, look at that. I'm making money, bro. I'm making money sitting here reviewing videos, Sam. What are you doing? Thanks for watching the channel, Sam. I hope you stick around for a long time.
Go back to LA.
Greg B with the super chat. Thanks, Greg. Everybody, yeah. Thanks, Greg. Free American civil rights activist.
Dumbass. Stay fucking LA.
BCB in Florida with the super chat. Bill Roberts, Chille for governor. Let's get this ship righted. Man, Sam, thanks for kicking it off. Bill Roberts, another huge super chat. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Sam, thanks, brother. Thanks for reminding me. I got to make sure I get those super chats rolling. Super chats are rolling. Match him. Somebody match him. Well, obviously, you're sitting here saying shit. I disagree with your ideas, but you don't have a channel. So get a channel and then put your ideas out there.
What? Page is on live. Somebody needs to end
More than you got, isn't it?
the video.
Couple more super chats from Mark and Jeff and Dakota Wolf. Right on, right on. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Sam. Right on. Thanks, Dakota Wolf. Yes, Jeff Vacone with a $10. Mark Woodard. Google Play has been canceling my super chat for no reason. We don't stop. Love you, Chille. Love you too, Dakota Wolf. Thanks for the super chats. Yes, Team DLZ. Keep them rolling. Yes. Thanks, Sam. KW said, I'm the most ruthlessly correct person ever. I'm 100% right on this. Kevin Bernarski with the super chat. Team DLZ, we don't stop. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. I really do. All right, I got more videos of Trump absolutely ruining our country. And if you guys don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's what's happening. I don't want a war zone in our country. I want to get the people who've committed felonious crimes of murder, rape, robbery, burglary. I want those people to be deported 100%. I'm all for deporting those people who have robbed, raped, murdered, who have committed heinous crimes. They should be deported out of this country. 100,000%. 100,000%. I'm not for deporting people because they crossed a magical line and now they're a criminal. That's not how it works in my eyes. That's not rule of law. You actually have to violate a law where you belong going to a dungeon. But there's some people who just can't see past their own brainwash. And if you can't, you can't. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? I'm going to tell you what I think, and I'm not going to hold back. If you disagree with me, start your own channel. So what do we say on this channel so many times? Torture cuffs are always torture. Can you guys put that in the chat for me? Torture cuffs are always torture. Good to see you, Javier. I know it. Bunch of bootlickers. Kevin Bernarski, thanks for the super chat, man. Let me put a heart on that. Let me put a heart on this one. KW, thanks for the super chat. Dakota Wolf, thanks for the super chat. Jeff Vacone. Mark Woodward, thanks for the super chat, guys. Yes! Thank you. I really appreciate the support. Claudette, love you. Good to see you. Bruce, good to see you. Good to see so many. Green Hawk, sending some marshmallow jewels. Thanks. Clown Patrol's here. Mikey Paul. Thanks, man. Oh, there's so many bootlickers here, Mikey Paul. But we have a huge audience now. We've crossed over into what the bigger channels do when they get thousands. 131,000 people have come through this live stream today. So now, what do we say on this channel? Can you put it in the comment section for me? Torture cuffs are always torture. Can you put it in the comment section for me? Torture cuffs are always torture. Yeah, I mean, B. Mortega said the last dumb president, Biden, let them all in. Do you think I support Joe Biden? I don't. Do you think, who hated Joe Biden? Me. Who called out Joe Biden for being a piece of shit and having dementia? I did. Who said that he was inept and wasn't running our country and Obama was? I did. Who hated Joe Biden? I did. So I guess I can't be a libtard. Thanks, Green Hawk. Appreciate the jewels, man. Thanks a lot, Kevin Bernarski. Appreciate KT. Good to see you. So we say torture cuffs are always torture. Torture cuffs are always torture. Well, let me send you, bro. Dude, let me send you packing. There you go, bro. Now you don't got to watch anymore. Move along, sir. Thanks for stopping by the channel.
You need to stop moving.
Listen.
Yeah, search her real quick and then we'll DUI punch.
And I'm gonna get you out of this.
This hurts so bad, please.
Chille, just put your foot on.
Please, my hands hurt. Please, my hands hurt.
She's crying because the torture cuffs are torturing her. She's crying because the torture cuffs are torturing her.
Please, please. They hurt.
They hurt. She's screaming and crying.
They hurt.
They hurt. She's crying.
Yeah, search her real quick and then we'll DUI punch.
And I'm gonna get you out of this.
This hurts so bad.
These cuffs hurt so bad. Wanda Meese is here, everybody. If they kick you out, come right back. YouTube China's going to kick. Mad Hatter with the super chat. Right on, Mad Hatter. Thanks, brother.
Chille, just put your foot on.
Please, my hands hurt.
Please, my hands hurt. But you're a good person if you're a cop. You signed up. You're just following policy. You don't have a brain of your own. You can't think to yourself, man, we could change these out in 2025. We could first give people an option with the camera to comply. If we got to stuff them in the car, we got to stuff them in the car. But we don't got to put them in torture cuffs. Once they're taken away and they're inside the cage of the dungeon, then give them the option of just being camera detained. We could do that. But no, officer safety first.
Please, my hands hurt.
So you think that's right? You think putting torture cuffs on people, she's screaming and crying? Oh, well, Dennis. So Dennis chimed in. Hey, Dennis, everybody welcome Dennis to the chat. Dennis, thanks for coming. Finally, something I disagree. Finally, something you disagree with me? Well, first of all, Dennis, I'm super happy to understand that you and I agree on most things. Okay, but let's go down your comment here, Dennis. Finally, something I disagree with you on. Illegal immigrants depress wages. Do you think your wages are going to go up if we got rid of every illegal immigrant? Because I don't think so. And then secondly, Dennis says they're being given free housing. What have I said on this channel? Strip all social services so they don't take any tax dollars. They can sink or swim. If they can make it on their own, they can stay. But we're not going to give any social services to people who come here illegally. People who come here legally and go through the immigration process, we should give services to, which vet alumni deserve. Dude, I'm with you all the way. Fire every ICE agent and spend that money on housing for homeless veterans, which is a third of the homeless are veterans. We should not have veterans sleeping on the streets. I'm with you all the way, Dennis. We should get rid of the 30,000 pigs that dumpster fire hired, and we should create small houses for veterans where there's plumbing, a kitchen, communal gardening. We should create real services for veterans who've been sent overseas and then come back with such severe PTSD that they can't function. I told you guys the story of the veteran who I consistently helped in New York City who was sleeping on the street because he said he just couldn't function anymore. So we agree there again, Dennis. Free healthcare and free food, I shouldn't have to pay for it. Dennis, I agree with you. If you come here illegally, you should not get social services. I completely agree with you. I agree with you, Dennis. Are we freezing? Is that what's happening? If we're freezing, just stay with me here. Stay with me. Dennis, we agree on 95% of even what you wrote right there. But I don't agree that illegal immigrants depress wages. I don't think that that's true. I don't agree with that. I think that that's not true. Danelle Brown with 5 gifted memberships. Yes, thanks, Danelle. Thanks, Danelle. And just in case you guys don't know, yesterday we put money on Craig Hendry's books. Again, yesterday, we don't stop. We're going to continue to support Craig Hendry even when he's locked in a dungeon, even if we don't get anything back out of it. If you Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal me and you put Hendry on the subject line, that will go to Hendry's fund. And he's got a bond coming up in less than 3 weeks. So we got a bond that we're going to have to fight for in less than 3 weeks. So that's crazy. No, I don't think so, brother. I don't think so.
Please, please. They hurt.
Walter, that's not true. You got it in your name, Whack Job. He calls himself Walter Whack Job. Millions of homeless criminal immigrants is the answer. Well, number one, illegal immigrants do crimes. 30 percent compared to American citizens. There's the first thing. And the second thing is most Mexicans are not homeless. They're multi-generational housing where the kids live with the parents, with the grandparents, and the great-grandparents. So that's not true. And they're not criminals because they're here illegally. To be a criminal, you got to commit a crime that creates a victim. Coming across the magical line, Walter Whack job, is not where you are a criminal now and you should be sent off to Gitmo. The punishment should meet the level of the crime. Crossing a magical line should not make you a criminal. Should you be deported if you commit a crime? Yes. But otherwise, there's not millions of homeless criminal immigrants. That's your right-wing Fox News brainwash. That's what that is. That's your CNN brainwash. It's just not true. It's just not true. That's a lie.
They hurt! You need to stop.
Yeah, search her real quick and then we'll DUI punch.
Winter sleeps. I'm with you all the way. Fund the veterans. Create housing for veterans. Don't send veterans off to wars without a backup plan for when they get home. How about that? Could you imagine that? It's just, you know, we got to get to a point where we come to... I want to watch a video with you guys. I haven't seen this yet. And this is just a guy talking, Steve Leto. But he does a breakdown right here of what happened in the court case where the feds are going to be held accountable for raiding somebody's house, for the FBI raid where they raided this people's house and pretty much destroyed their house. So I want to watch this with you guys. I have not seen this yet. If the stream kicks you off, come right back. I'll let you know when I end the stream. But thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Thanks Team DLZ for your super chats. I didn't make any money last week because I didn't sell any trifolds and I didn't sit here and show videos and generate revenue. So thank you guys for the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Rancho Relaxo. Thanks, man. Yeah, people were mad at me for going down and covering the protests, calling me a looter and a rioter. I'm anti-American. That's insane. I love this country. I believe in this country. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the Bill of Rights. And I will fight and I will die for this country. I will die in service to America. That's a fact. Because I'll never stop till I get there. I'll never stop. I won't ever, ever, ever stop. I can't. It's inside of me. It's this thing inside of me. I can't slow it down. I can't reason with it. I can't negotiate.
Welcome once again.
Okay, so this is Leto's Law, and this is Steve Leto. If you guys have not seen him, and the case we're talking about here is court rules for homeowners whose equity was taken in a foreclosure. This is a huge one.
Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
We've talked before about home equity theft in a situation where someone doesn't pay their taxes, and the municipality takes the property and auctions it off to get the taxes paid. And then in the old days, they would then just pay themselves the taxes that they were owed in arrears, but just keep the surplus. They'd keep the surplus. So if you owed, say, I don't know, $50,000 in back taxes, but your home was worth $500,000, they would auction your home off for whatever they could get for it. And if it sold for, say, $450, they'd pocket the whole $450. And they'd say, well, $50, that's for back taxes, and everything else was just surrendered or abandoned by the homeowner. And the U.S. Supreme Court finally stepped in and said, no, that's not right. You can't do that. And so since then, there's been all kinds of confusion because a lot of the places where this happened, they're looking at it going, well, do we have to give the money back that we took now? And so there's been a lot of scrambling with legislation in an attempt to make it so that it wouldn't get as painful as it could become. And James sent me notes. Steve, check out this case from the Second Circuit Court of Appeals that just recently came down, okay? And it's a case called Sikorsky versus the city of Newburgh and others. And this is happening in a situation much like this. The plaintiff appellant appeals from a judgment of the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, which dismissed his complaint against the city of Newburgh and others.
So I want to read Andrew's comment. Forgive me if the stream's a little choppy. You guys do me a favor, double tap your finger, hit the like button, double tap, put in the comment section, Team DLZ. But I want to read Andrew Gruder's comment where he said, people really think billionaires want to pay them more money, but poor immigrants and refugees won't let them do it. Your wages and taxes go to wars, landlords, and surveillance. The way I say it is your wages and your taxes go to bombs, wars, cops, and cages. That's how I say it, Andrew. That's the way I say it. You guys double tap on the screen. So this is one case, but this is I actually put the wrong link in there, but it's okay because that's important as well, where the government has to pay you. They can't get away with it the way they are.
The Supreme Court unanimously ruled in favor of reviving a lawsuit brought by a family whose home was mistakenly raided by the FBI in 2017. The case centered around Trina Martin and her family, whose home was the subject of an FBI raid after officers went to the wrong address when searching for a suspected gang member in Atlanta. Martin sued the federal government for damages under the Federal Tort Claims Act.
So this was Martin versus United States. Amanda W., thanks for the membership, Amanda W. Everybody say thank you, Amanda W. I really appreciate it. Stusky got the membership. Right on. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate the gifted membership. Thank you for the support in the channel.
But 2 lower courts tossed out her lawsuit. The High Court's decision in Martin v. United States allows Martin to take her case back to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit. The Supreme Court told the lower court to reconsider the case, and if the FTCA's discretionary function exemption denies Martin's ability to sue for damages. The discretionary function exemption is a provision that shields the federal government from liability when performing a discretionary duty. Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote in the majority.
Hang on one second. Hang on one second. It might, I want to hear what Neil Gorsuch wrote, but I want you guys to hear it with me. So wait a second. We're going to experience some turbulence here. Stay with me. I'm not going to end the stream. Stay with me. Come right back if it kicks you out. Come right back if it kicks you out. We're receiving some turbulence right now. I'm getting alerted by YouTube that we're experiencing high volume. So give me 1 second. I'm going to wait because I want to hear what Neil Gorsuch wrote. If you guys have not read Neil Gorsuch's book that he put out in 2024, the title of the book is called Overruled. If you have not read his book, it's available on audiobook as well. Neil Gorsuch talks about how there's too many laws in this country. The name of this channel is Delete Lawz. Shout out to AMG Stealth and to Drophead. Thank you. Steve Conkler, Captain Team DLZ with the super chat. Right on, Steve. Thanks, buddy. I know it. I know it. They keep kicking everybody out. Stay with me, you guys. I want you to hear what Neil Gorsuch wrote in the majority opinion. Thanks, Conkler. For the glory of Christ. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Melania, there you are. Hey, Melania, don't be afraid to drop some videos in there.
The opinion, quote, we readily acknowledge that different lower courts have taken different views of the discretionary function exemption. We acknowledge, too, that important questions surround whether and under what circumstances that exemption may ever foreclose a suit like this one. Martin's lawyer...
Did you hear it? Let's listen to it again real quick. Let's listen to it again.
And a senior attorney for the Institute for Justice celebrated the circumstances that exemption views of the
super chat from Dan Cochran. Super chat from Steve Conkler. Dan Cochran, please don't stop. We need someone speaking about it. Everybody say thank you, Dan. Thanks for the super chat, Dan Cochran. Yes. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Dan Cochran. Someone said high volume. Just so you know, 145,000 people have come through this chat. So, like it or not, there's thousands and thousands of people coming through this chat all the time. Chevy, where you at, Playboy? Where's Chevy? Thanks, Dan Cochran. Appreciate your support, dude. And it's giving me a warning. If it kicks you out, come right back in. If it kicks you out, come right back in. Bruce, thanks. Ruben Mora.
From liability when performing a discretionary duty. Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote in the majority opinion.
So he wrote in the majority opinion. Let me know. Thanks, Guava, for the gifted memberships.
Quote, we readily acknowledge that different lower courts have taken different views of the discretionary function exemption. We acknowledge, too, that important questions surround whether and under what circumstances that exemption may ever foreclose a suit like this one. Martin.
Okay, so he's talking about the exemptions that the cops get. So listen.
Of the discretionary function exemption.
I want to hear this. I'm going to break this down here nice and slow.
Wrote in the majority opinion.
So he wrote in the majority opinion.
Quote, we readily acknowledge that different lower courts have taken.
They acknowledge that different lower courts have had different opinions.
Different views of the discretionary function exemption.
Of the discretionary function. Of the discretionary function. That there's discretion for federal agents when they raid people's houses.
We acknowledge, too, that important questions surround whether and under what circumstances that exemption may ever foreclose a suit like this one.
So in other words, they're saying that the exceptions to these things, if we don't take all things into consideration, then there'll always be an exception for the reason why the feds can warrantlessly and unjustly raid you, and then they're never held accountable for what they do. I'm not sure. How's the stream, you guys? YouTube's telling me that we have buffering. The discretion to raid the wrong house, said Dan Fizzle. Exactly correct. Exactly. Dan, is there a better video of this? Oh, is that right? Interesting. Interesting. Thanks, Melania. I appreciate that. I clicked on it. Let me see what we got here. So Bree asked a question. Bree said, why should people who cross legally get government help while illegals don't? What's the difference to you? Well, the difference is that when you come here legally, then we account for our tax dollars to be able to fund housing, food, medical, things like that. When you come here illegally, then you shouldn't get the social services because that takes out of the tax pool. Then that creates a victim, which are the American taxpayers. Because if I'm paying my tax dollars for the illegal immigrants, then those tax dollars are not more readily available for my children or my nieces or my nephews or my grandkids. That's the reason why. I have no problem with supporting people who come here legally with services. But the people who come here illegally, they need to make enough money to get their own insurance, get their own food, get their own housing. Now, we do have some homeless illegals, but not nearly the amount of homeless illegals that we do veterans sleeping in the streets. And that's what I'm more concerned about. Instead of spending billions of dollars on ICE, why don't we spend the billions of dollars to house our homeless veterans? I'm all for America first all the way. I'm for America first, no doubt about it. I'm sorry that the dumpster fire coined that phrase, because I've been for America first way before the term was coined, America first.
Martin's lawyer and a senior attorney for the Institute for Justice celebrated the Supreme Court's decision and said he looked forward to bringing back the FTCA claims in the federal appeals court. The Supreme Court unanimously ruled in favor of reviving a lawsuit brought by a family whose home was mistakenly raided by the FBI in 2017. The case centered around Trina Martin and her family, whose home was the subject of an FBI raid after officers went to the wrong address when searching for a suspected gang member in Atlanta. Martin sued the federal government for damages under the Federal Tort Claims Act, but two lower courts tossed out her lawsuit. The High Court's decision in Martin v. United States allows Martin to take her case back to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit. The Supreme Court told the lower court to reconsider the case, and if the FTCA's discretionary function exemption denies Martin's ability to sue for damages. The discretionary function exemption is a provision that shields the federal government from liability when performing a discretionary duty. Justice Neil Gorsuch.
So it looped. I want you guys to understand the essence of this holding, which allows United States citizens the right to hold federal agents accountable if they raid your house illegally and wrongfully. The Martins' house, it was a wrong house raid. Dan Fizzle just said that ICE is the champions. ICE, the secret police with no badge numbers, no agency number, those people are leading the charge of defund the police. Do I believe we need peace officers in this country? Absolutely. I'm all for peace officers. I'm against law enforcers. That's what I'm against. I'm against law enforcers. There's no diggity, no doubt. 100%. I want to show you guys a disturbing video, and this comes from Rick Saves America. Rick Saves America, I saw your video on Twitter. If Rich Saves America is in here, Rich, this video is from your channel right here. And I'm a subscriber to Rich Saves America, and I like this video. And I want to show you guys this. I'm going to warn you right now. This is brutal. This is brutal. This is the reason why I disagree with dungeons. This is the reason why I disagree with locking people up in cages. Man, they are fucking with the stream so bad. I'm so sorry. How's the stream, you guys? How's the stream? Thank you, Michael Sheepley. I appreciate that. You got out. I'm so happy. Yeah, people didn't even know I was out until I started streaming vertically. The stream's a little choppy. I'm going to wait 1 second as soon as the stream is fixed. And thanks a lot, Dan Cochran, Bill Roberts. Thanks a lot. Reach the Peak. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude. Clown Patrol, Claudette, thank you guys. Gloria, thank you so much. I'm just going to wait a couple seconds here and get the stream to fix because I'm getting a warning from YouTube. It's going to kick you out. Come right back in. It's going to kick you out. Come right back in. Melania, thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Michael Shipley. Yeah, we're gonna wait a second. Thanks, Tracy Shepard, for the floating hearts. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mark Woodward, I'm glad you're back, dude. Thank you for the super chat, Mark. I appreciate it. Steve Heath is here, everybody. We're almost back. Give me 1 second. You guys double tap on the screen. Take your finger and double tap on the screen for me. Everybody double tap on that screen for me. We're only at 599. I got to say it more often because we're only at 600 likes with 150,000 people coming through the chat. So we should have more likes than that. We really should. You guys double tap on the screen for me. Double tap on the screen. We're almost back. Just give it 1 second and we'll be right back. Hang on a second.
Whatever the criminal.
So this comes from the channel Rich Saves America. I'm a subscriber. I liked the video. This comes from Rich Saves America. If you're not over on this guy's channel, you should check out some of the work that he's doing. He's doing good work over there. Thanks, Rich, for sharing this video with us. We're going to watch it. One second. We got a little bit
to
of a
stabilize and stay sharp. I don't know what to do. And you guys are lucky.
Thanks. That's Rich Saves America. Obviously, he does not support police. I think it's ironic he's wearing a police hat. There, he had to change.
I hope you guys are enjoying.
He had to change it out. And look, he's got a Doge hat on. But how many of Elon Musk's cut went through? All that talk about we're doing all these cuts. How many of the cuts went through? 0.
Yourselves. Yeah, of course I still got that jacket.
I had this queued up, but the internet's a little funky right now, so give me 1 second here. See if we can get it to the right place. There's the guy right there. There's Cash Terrence. Cash Terrence, I believe, is dead. I don't think that this man is with us any longer. I'm pretty sure that he's dead. And you're going to see exactly what happened to him. Are we still alive here? Are we still alive? Are there still people here? I can't see. Let me refresh here real quick. There we go. Michael Eline, what's going on, Playboy? Are we back yet? Are we back? Are we back? Michael Eline is in the room, everybody. If you're not subscribed to my friend Michael Eline's channel, get over there and subscribe. I love Michael Eline. He did such amazing things for me when they put me in that dungeon. I really appreciate you, Michael. And I've been watching your stream, Michael. We don't agree on everything, but we don't have to, dude. I love you, man. Thank you for being my friend and supporting me in my time of need. And that's what the measure of friendship is when someone's down and they're getting kicked and they're getting cheated. Michael Eline with a super chat. Holy snarl and snake shit. Vertical is the way, and I love the new streaming software, bro. Free Chille. Thanks, Michael Eline. I appreciate that. So this man right here, Cash Terrence, he's dead. He's dead. And I'm gonna show you guys through Rich Saves America. I'm gonna show you this.
Shows in the lawsuit.
But Dane, none of those cuts were approved by Congress. Dane said Google search says the new Doge bill cuts about $9.4 billion. They got to be approved. And so far, what I know is they haven't been approved yet. Let me know, though, Dane, when they have been approved, because I'm all for it. Like, people think that I'm just some dramatic Trump. I hate what Trump has done. I hate Trump. That's true. But I'm all for Doge if it actually works. I'm all for it. I don't think the tariffs are going to work because we know this from Grover Cleveland's administration.
That all tests for the substance that they found on the ground, which may or may not be an actual tooth and not a balloon at all, by admission of the own.
So they're going to make up that he had something in his mouth. It's all a lie.
Deputies in the department. And wait till you see this evidence of this balloon, quote unquote, may or not be a actual tooth laying on the ground. 2024, and this is the best evidence of this.
Look at that, a bloody balloon.
They made up that Terrence Cash had a balloon of drugs in his mouth. They just made it up and made it real. It's all fake.
Bloody balloon. Where'd the blood come from? It just came out of the balloon. That's what they fill him up with now.
Evidence we
Red
have.
dye.
And number 3, Erie County.
Right on, Jay Kalk. Jay Kalk said that it passed, it went through, and it's going to Congress today, and the Senate will pass it. I hope you're right, dude. I'm all for America. 100% for this country to be successful. Even if it's with dumpster fire and him turning our country into a war zone, there's going to be some victories along the way that are good for our country. The presidency is gray, not black and white. Unfortunately, with dumpster fire, it's a dark, dismal gray. But once in a while, 9.4 billion, I mean, that's kind of a lot. In comparison to what our budget is, not much, but.
Sheriff Garcia approves of all that you're about to witness.
I didn't know that. I didn't hear that when I was watching. I was already.
By the way, this is heinous. Let's smoke. Let's smoke. Consider becoming a channel member. Only 650 likes, 775 people. I need you guys to double tap your finger on the screen. Hit the like button for me if you're on your computer. Double tap your finger on the screen. Put in the chat, Team DLZ. Put in the chat, Team DLZ, and double tap your finger on the screen. Let's get to 1,000 likes real quick. With 775 people, we should be able to do that. It's only 350 likes.
Screaming, I think. I'll be quiet. Don't worry.
So wait for them making up that he has a balloon in his mouth.
Stopping the visitor.
Look at them all.
Yeah.
There's 7 of them. 8. 9. 9 jackboot thug pigs.
JBTP. Put it in the comment section. JBTP.
We're behind the worst one. Pigtail.
What are the side rooms?
DEI hire. Asshole. Racist
Man,
white guys.
Rich Saves America is spot on
You
here.
got your DEI hires. You got your racist white guys. You got your angry black man.
Don't fuck around. You ain't giving me nothing. Stop touching me. What the fuck is wrong with you? I got a coke in my neck. Stop touching me, though. Sit down.
Sit down.
So now right here, he's screaming, "Stop touching me." It's not easy to scream, "Stop touching me," right? Your mouth and your tongue have to spit out the words. So they're going to make up right here, Donnell Brown, Sally Stanley. They're going to make up right here, Spencer, that he has something in his mouth, Aaron.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down.
He's choking him right there.
Sit down. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
You hear him choking?
You like fat fuck. Talking about her. Was she a sergeant? She's a sergeant, that fat fuck?
Get out of these guys. Let's get these guys searched.
I don't believe in body shaming because I come from a family that's very overweight. But at the same time, you should take your health into consideration. You should do the best you can to get your weight down. If you're going to work in a enforcement or a peace officer capacity, you should be in fairly decent shape.
Out of shape, all of them. All of them are out of shape, too short, too weak.
Not enough likes. You guys got to double tap on the screen. I'm going to sit here and just for 1 second, just get you guys to double tap on the screen for me. 800 people in the room. Do me a favor, double tap on the screen just real quick. It just takes you a second, but I'm a civil rights activist full time. This is all I do. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I got good news. I'm not going to share it right now, but we got to get to 1,000 likes real quick. There's 800 people in here. Double tap on the screen for me, everybody. Hit the like button. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So the video I watched had a ton of narration and edited to the good points. So I'm going through this. I've never seen this video unedited like this. So bear with me if it's taken long.
Listen, YouTube China is going to kick you out. You got to come back in. They kick you out, you come back in. Don't let them F with us.
To get to the highlight.
He's got something in his mouth that he re-spit it back.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He's got something in his mouth and he re-spit it back out. It's a total fucking lie. It's a total, complete, and utter lie. He doesn't have anything in his mouth. Watch what they do to this man. I believe he dies.
All right, let's go. We got to take him to medical. Let's go.
Let's go. We have to take him to medical because we created the idea that he's got something in his mouth and he's hiding it under his tongue. They created that. It's not true. There's no drug balloon in his mouth, but they made it up. No drugs were ever found, Bruce Cook.
I need a wheelchair.
So the prisoner said, I need a well check. So he's not feeling good, I think.
What's that? Stroke my neck.
When
Eric, they're gonna break his teeth open. They're gonna hurt him bad, bro.
Choked him, he said something about his neck right there.
Oh, I see. I see. There you go, bro.
Right.
What's that? Stroke my neck.
I stroked my neck?
What?
My stroke. I got a stroke in my neck, bro.
Sounds like he's got something in his mouth. Did he spit it back up?
They just made it up. He never has anything in his mouth. It's made up.
Open your mouth. Under his tongue, too. Lift your tongue. Look at me, dude. Open your mouth. That's there.
There's nothing in his mouth.
Sir.
Open your mouth. He's got something in his mouth. They think. They think. They don't know.
He ain't opening his mouth.
I don't know.
They're just going on this, just like the dumpster fire. They spit, we hit. There's no memo circulating around to spit in the face of cops and Marines at the protest in LA. He just made it up.
Spit it out, cuz.
Spit it out, cuz. He doesn't have anything in his mouth.
Big right there.
We get away with it. It's all on camera, too.
Shut up. Go eat a sandwich. Fucking corn dog eating hoe.
All right, let's get him to medical.
Look at these fat fucks, all of them. And look, the reason I say that, it's because they should be in shape. They shouldn't be oversized, steroid abusing motherfuckers. I'm sorry, it makes me angry what's about to happen. I'll be quiet.
No, Rich, I appreciate the commentary. This is Rich Saves America, everybody. That's the name of his channel. Thanks, Rich, for the video and the great commentary, actually.
All right, come on. I can't walk.
Oh, you can. You walk down here.
No, I can't.
Why?
Rough me up. My stroke in my neck. I can't feel my left leg.
It's going to break in his mouth, then we're going to have a problem.
So now they're making up that the magical drug balloon that doesn't exist is going to break in his mouth. They're just making it up. Why can't you put him in solitary for 24 hours? He's going to have to take a dump. You could watch him on camera. It's just such a fraud.
So what?
So it sounds like they didn't do their job.
Exactly correct. Like you didn't do yours. Double tap on the screen. 1,100 people in the room. Double tap on the screen. That hits the like button for me, or hit the like button on your computer. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers. If you would, please. We're growing by 1,000 subscribers a day. So please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button by double tapping on the screen.
In my opinion, maybe I'm wrong because I'm not a cop. All this time, what do I know? Only been arrested.
Let me go ahead and introduce
times.
you guys to Justin Polio, our main star of this here show.
So this is Jason Polio. He makes $125 a year, so he makes $10,000 every month. And this guy is a murderer. That's what he is.
And his flashlight. This guy gets paid $125,000 a year of taxpayers' money to remove people's teeth with a flashlight and get away with it. They'll see him swinging around his flashlight and threatening to break his teeth before he even does actually break his teeth out of his mouth.
My mouth
Jason is a dangerous man. He can't wait to escalate this and break those teeth out of his mouth.
Open your mouth.
He does. This is horrendous.
Open your mouth
you
or
guys.
I'm going to break
Chris
them
Hendricks.
teeth. Open your mouth.
See?
This is Jason Polio's Facebook page, and if you see here, I went ahead and pulled up something that he went ahead and posted, a day before he busted this guy's teeth out with his flashlight. And to give you guys a glimpse into this guy's world, this is what he was doing 5 days after he knocked that guy's teeth out, while this guy was probably sitting in the hospital still.
Right.
Go get him, Jenny. Go get him. Get him. Get him, Jenny.
It made a guy's life miserable.
Forensic. Run down to medical, get a wheelchair.
It's not a wheelchair. It's a torture chair.
Torture chair. Not a wheelchair, a torture chair.
Rich Saves America. We're on the same page.
Sit up.
You guys are familiar with these
Stand
chairs,
up,
right?
or just...
No, he talking about wait till the wheelchair gets here. But he's not gonna put his head.
You're not ready for this. Just wait. You're not ready for this. You're not
Oh,
ready
I'm
for
letting it
this.
build up, yeah.
You're not ready for what you're about to see.
Shut up. What did I say? Go make me a sandwich.
I will spit it out. You brought it away. So she.
Only speak when spoken to, piggy. Nobody's asking for you.
He's gonna break his teeth out of his mouth.
These guys are the experts on the drugs, because half of them are on them.
Open your mouth.
And they're the ones bringing the drugs into the jails and prisons. Is the guards?
Open your mouth up.
Open up.
Open your mouth
up.
up. Open your mouth up.
Come on.
Open your mouth up.
Now don't sit.
Let me get this.
Touching you, bro.
Right here. Right here.
Listen.
Open your mouth.
Right there.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth or I'm gonna break them teeth. Open your, I'm gonna break them teeth. Open your mouth.
Spit it out.
Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out, dude. Everybody saw it. Spit it out.
It's already done.
No, they never found any drugs. They're lying. They're lying. They're absolutely lying. It's not true at all.
Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out.
This is crazy.
No. Chill out. No.
What do they think they're doing? Solving the drug problem in the prison? Everybody, Michael Eline is in the room. Make sure you get over and subscribe to my friend's channel.
No. Pick him up. Pick him up.
Listen, they're saying no.
Spit it out.
They're telling them
Spit
no.
it out.
Listen, look. I want to see what that was about.
Spit it out.
Spit it out.
Done
Spit
deal.
it out.
Why did this guy
Spit
say
it out.
no?
Spit it out.
Let's watch.
No. Chill out. No.
Okay, so he's pushing his head down, I think, on this thing.
Pick him up.
Pick him up.
What do you guys think?
Spit
He
it out.
doesn't have anything in his mouth?
Spit it out.
Yeah,
Spit it out.
he
See
didn't.
it. You know you could die.
Yep,
You know you could
Samo,
die.
they are.
What we want.
Absolutely. Liberty Troll.
Should.
That's right, all of them. Oh, listen.
Spit it out, Cash. Stand him up, sir. Walk him out. He gonna walk him out.
I can't walk.
Stand up for the walk.
I can't walk. No.
He's saying
walk.
you can't
My
walk.
left leg don't work. My left leg don't work.
JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pigs. Shout out to Delete Lawz. Jeanette, the angel.
What's up, Rich? Shout out to Rich Saves America. Thanks for the shout out.
How you doing, JJ? I think he is, Bernie. There is a lawsuit. This was September 24. I don't think they hit the teeth yet, did they? Or was I talking over it? Oh no, it's coming out. His teeth out. They're about to break his teeth out.
I agree with you, Omega Red. There's nothing
Let's
else
jump
forward.
forward just a little bit.
His
There we
mouth
go.
won't open. Apply pressure. His mouth will open.
Open your mouth.
Look at this,
Spit it
guys.
out.
Open your mouth.
Spit it out. Nearly watch your face.
Oh God.
Open his mouth. Open it. Come on, Karen.
Open your mouth.
Open your mouth. Get rid of it.
This is
Open
barbaric.
it. Open it. Open it.
He's unconscious.
Sit him down.
Oh, he thought he was. Hold on. Let's go back there. Okay, he was just breathing weird because they were probably fucking sticking that thing in his mouth.
Open your
Open your
mouth.
mouth. Get rid of it. Open it. Open it. Open it.
There's nothing in it.
There's nothing in his mouth. He didn't have any drugs.
Sit him down.
you hear the tooth yet.
Spit it out.
Open your mouth.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it hit the ground.
Really watch your face.
Open his mouth. Open it.
Come on, Terrence.
Open your
mouth. Just get rid of it.
I mean, put a 1 in the chat if this point you would open your mouth. Put a 1 in the chat if at this point, because remember, he only has his self and his sovereignty where he can say, F you, you're not going into my cavities of my body. And he's been oppressed and stuck in a dungeon. I agree with you, William. I agree with you. I agree with you, dude. At this point, I would have opened my mouth.
Open it. Open it. Open it.
Apply pressure under his jaw.
This is unbelievable,
Apply
guys.
pressure under his jaw.
Get out. Sit him down.
Oh my God.
Sit him down. Open your mouth.
Sarge, watch your hands. He's poison.
Open your mouth.
Is anybody's teeth hurt right now?
Open
Jesus.
it. You got out on the neck
This
on that
is
side?
so bad.
No pressure on his body.
This poor guy. I mean, whatever the criminal is, you know, this isn't right.
Well, it's not solving the drug problem in the jail. The drugs are brought in by the guards.
This is bizarre.
But don't call them pigs, John Lunn. Don't call them pigs.
Right camera. Oh, got you.
Go clean yourself.
Got it.
Go clean yourself.
Did you hear it? Listen. Listen.
Alright, continue movement to correct now.
Did you hear that?
Camera. Oh, got you.
Go clean yourself.
Got it.
Go clean yourself.
He's full of blood and spit. Yeah. Go clean yourself.
Who's going out that way?
And nobody did anything to help.
Close there.
This is exactly the fear that everybody should have. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Don't get in trouble. Don't get caught by the police if you're going to commit crimes. Yada, da, da, da. Look, everybody has a right to be treated humanely.
Yes.
Even in prison.
Yes.
Even if you're a murderer, a
Yes.
rapist, you know, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want
Yes.
to say the word too much, but look.
Put a 1 in the chat if you hate pedophiles. Put a 1 in the chat if you hate pedophiles. It's a 1 for me. It's a 1 for me. I hate pedophiles. Put a 1 in the chat if you hate the pedos. I hate them. Disgusting, right? From my perspective, though, we should have Pedo Island, not like Epstein Island, where it's surrounded by skiffs, men with guns on gunboats, and we drop off food once a week, 4 times a month, and they have to build their own structures and live their own life. I hate pedos. I don't think they should be tortured. I think in some situations, chemical castration should be an option for people who are egregiously hurting children. But I don't think we should even pay to house them in. They should be put on an island and then gunboats around the island, and then we drop off food once a week. That's what I think. Why should we have to deal with people who are so disgusting they can't stop themselves from touching children?
If this guy, you know, was punching a pregnant woman or stomping on children, kicking babies,
right,
we wouldn't even care.
Right.
Or would we? We'd say that's what you get. It doesn't matter who you are as a criminal, who you are as a person. This and everything about it is absolutely wrong. And
I couldn't agree with you more. They broke his teeth out of his mouth. That's what they did. They broke his teeth out of his mouth. Jump forward here a little bit. And here's this man.
Wait till they're ready.
You want to do this or you want me to do it?
look at big fat stomach.
Better go, Ryan.
You ready?
Got it. Go ahead.
Look at this guy. He used to work out.
There he goes.
Oh, we're going to shave our heads and look meaner, more like racists because of the black people in jail. We got to look like racists because, you know, more hate the better.
No, I think that's male pattern baldness. That's what I think it is. I think it's male pattern baldness. But I wanted you guys to see that video and realize what we're dealing with in this country is we've created dungeons here. Now, I may not agree with what this guy does, but I understand it. What are you talking about, Matt? My entire video, this was about the rant that I did because people were calling me a looter and a rioter because I went down for 3 days in a row and I covered the LA protests.
Tell me, Wakefield. I'm off that party now. 1460, I just passed you. Are you, did he crash or all set? Negative, you stop to the red light. I'm out of the vehicle now. I'll make the flip at 129, that's you. Station IQ, 515, Alpha, I'm going to be late for roll call for the fireworks.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you agree that he should push himself through the cop and get away? I just want to see. Put a 1 in the chat if you think you should disagree. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that he should be able to get away. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think he should be able to get away. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this biker should be able to rev his bike and ram through the cop and get away. Put a 2 in the chat if he should not be able to do that. I just want to be able to see. Radic, a.k.a. Ski. BS Unleashed is just getting here.
Mr. Bond, northbound, please tell me, Wakefield. I'm off that party now. 1460, I just passed you. Are you, did he crash or all set? Negative, you stop to the red light. I'm out of the vehicle now. I'll make the flip at 129, that's you.
I'm kind of with Jay Falcon on this one. 2, I don't think that you should fight the government unless you're absolutely forced to, but I am glad he got away.
Station IQ, 515, Alpha, I'm going to be late for roll call for the fireworks. Mr. Bond, northbound, please tell me, Wakefield. I'm off that party now.
This next video I'm going to show you guys is the reason why this channel exists. The reason why there's 200,000 people coming through this channel today is because of what we see in videos like this. And this, you don't have to be a Trump supporter or a Democrat or a liberal or a conservative. You have to be against police brutality if you're going to understand this one. And I want you guys to watch this. If you're against police brutality, put a 1 in the chat. If you are against police brutality, put a 1 in the chat for me. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is absolutely police brutality all the way. This is insane to me. Look at that. Look at that. So he's going to say that she spit at her, that she spit at him, and maybe she did. But listen to the reason why she spit at him. We always take officer safety into consideration. So frustrating. Forgive me 1 second here. Let me do it again. I got to do a different one and come back, unfortunately. We're going to come right back to that video. Give me 1 second. This thing messed up on me a little bit.
Tonight, we have an update for you on one of those excessive force cases with the Dunbar Police Department. A $500,000 settlement has been reached with the victim, Anthony Reese, who filed a lawsuit in December of 2023 against the department. Reese claimed that he went to the Dunbar Police Department in 2022 to report a prior incident of harassment by officers. He says he was thrown to the ground and hit before 6 more officers joined in. One of the officers thought he was reaching for a weapon.
So he said he was thrown to the ground and hit by 6 more officers. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe him. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe he was thrown to the ground and then beat by a half a dozen more officers. Put a 1 in the chat. If you believe this man, Bill Roberts, Claudette, put a 1 in the chat if you believe this guy that he got thrown on the ground by a cop and then got beat by a half a dozen more.
Who filed a lawsuit in December of 2023 against the department. Reese claimed that he went to the Dunbar Police Department in 2022 to report a prior incident of harassment by officers.
So he went there to report harassment against the cops for harassing him, and they jumped him. They jumped him. And then the city had to settle with him because they beat him because he went to go file a complaint.
He says he 2023 against the department.
There were no riots downtown. Someone said, was I at the LA riots? There was no riots. That's preposterous.
Reese claimed that he went to the Dunbar Police Department in 2022 to report a prior incident of harassment by officers. He says he was thrown to the ground and hit before 6 more officers joined in. One of the officers thought he was reaching for a weapon. Various officers were named in the lawsuit, including Officer Zachary Winters, who was named in the complaint for a previous incident involving the death of Michael Scott Jr. in 2022. Now, in this video...
So he killed somebody previously. He killed Michael Scott Jr. previously.
Officer Winters, attorneys say, can be seen searching Reese's coat and then sliding what he says is a knife across the table. Another officer grabs it and takes it away. The lawsuit claimed that those officers had never shown the knife during court hearings or in their deposition of evidence.
Oh, is that right? Is that like they spit, we hit? Is that like that? Because they said he had a knife, but they never showed it.
Officer Winters also pleaded the fifth to nearly every question about the case, including if Reese actually had a knife.
So they didn't show the beatdown.
Or in their off the table.
They didn't
Another
show what
officer
happened here.
Grabs it and takes it away.
That just I'm gonna let me let me find the fucking video. There's that one, but where is the video? Where's the video? Is this the video? Let me see if this is the video of the beating of the Dunbar man who got beat by the cops. He got beat by cops for just going to file a complaint. Let me see.
Has led to a $50 million lawsuit. Good evening. Thanks for watching News Channel 9 at 6. I'm Calvin Sneed.
I'm Kim Chapman. The multiple strikes with the baton caused multiple broken bones, and it was all captured on video. News Channel 9's John Madewell joins us now with these details. John.
Well, Kim and Calvin, we want to warn viewers up front this beating may be hard to watch. Privately,
want to warn viewers up front that this beating may be hard to watch. Wanda Mee said the cops are the ones rioting. Exactly correct. They're the ones. You guys saw me get nightsticked. I'll show that in a minute.
People familiar with this video say it's the worst they've ever seen. And Chief Bobby Dodd plainly stated this is wrong. Adam Tatum pleads for his life. After multiple shots with a taser gun, Officer Adam Cooley steps in and repeatedly punches Tatum in the face. What you see now is toward the end of this confrontation. Here's how it got started. Tatum was staying at Watch. Privately, people familiar with this video say it's the worst they've ever seen. And Chief Bobby Dodd plainly stated this is wrong. Adam Tatum pleads for his life.
So watch, the cops on top of him, full ground and pound, while 4 cops stand over the top of him.
Dodd plainly stated this is wrong. Adam Tatum.
So this guy hits him with a nightstick 6-8 times. You see him up here? How many times he hit him with the nightstick?
Privately, people familiar with this video say it's the worst they've ever seen. And Chief Bobby Dodd plainly stated this is wrong.
Oh, I mean, Jay came in here and said, show a 10-second clip with no context. Police who saw the video said it's the worst thing they've ever seen. The cops are saying that this is the worst thing they've ever seen on camera. So I guess it's just not a 10-second clip. And I guess he won the lawsuit. So I guess there was cops beating on people. Cop sucker. 1, 2,
Adam Tatum
3,
pleads
4,
for his life.
5, 6. There was a half a dozen beatings. And look at this guy standing over him about 2:30, standing over the top of him, beating him with a stick.
After multiple shots with a taser gun, Officer Adam Cooley steps in and repeatedly punches Tatum in the face. What you see now is toward the end of this confrontation. Here's how it got started. Tatum was staying at the Salvation Army as a halfway house prisoner last summer. He pulled a knife on this man in the blue shirt. Officers James...
Oh, well, there it is. He's a bad person, so the cops should hold him down and beat him.
James Smith and Sean Emmer respond. Emmer takes him down with a chokehold, which is banned. Tatum runs out. You hear loud cracks out of camera view. Then Emmer and Smith drag him back. You can see his leg is bleeding badly. Chief Bobby Dodd says Officer Emmer,
did
the
you
one
see
with
that? Did you see that? Look at the gash on his leg from where they whacked him with the nightstick in the shin. Look at this.
You hear loud cracks out of camera view. Then Emmer and Smith drag him back. You can see his leg is bleeding badly.
Ooh, look at that. His leg is busted. It looks like it's compound fractured. Look at his leg right here. It looks like his leg has a compound fracture. Ooh, look at that. The middle portion of his... Ooh, that's nasty. Look at that. They have cratered his shin bone. It's gone. They smashed his shin bone to pieces. Look at that. Look at that. That's unbelievable.
Chief Bobby Dodd says Officer Emmer, the one with the baton, and the punching officer Cooley broke policy and, in his opinion, the law.
From the point they bring him back into camera range, Mr. Tatum did nothing other than, plead with them to stop hitting him.
Wow, a cop actually telling the truth. There's a shocker.
Fired both officers.
Reunite America's in the room, everybody. Everybody say hello to Reunite. Everybody say hello to Reunite America. Good to see you. Wrestling Proud every 87. My friend, I've spent 43 years on a wrestling mat in my lifetime, so you and I are on the same page there.
And presented aggravated assault.
Take care, Wanda.
Cases to the grand jury, but they did not indict the two. But the chief says the video leaves no question.
This is one of the worst ones I've seen. Of course, a lot of times one of the officers struck Mr. Tatum, and just me counting those, I've counted over 48 strikes.
48 strikes. They beat him with a nightstick as other cops held him down. But don't worry, it's just a few bad apples.
And to me, in my opinion, that's excessive, and it was abusive.
Emmer wants his job back. His attorneys, Stevie Phillips and Brian Haas, say he was justified against an armed man admittedly high on crack cocaine. Meanwhile, Tatum ended up with 6 fractures in one leg, 2 in the other, including a compound one.
We said it. There's 6 fractures in one. Hey, Dinosaurs code with the 99-cent super chat. Right on, Dinosaur. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Somebody match him. It's only $1. Somebody match him. I mean, they struck him almost 50 times. They broke his leg 6 places in one leg, 2 places in another, and there's a compound fracture.
Attorney spoke in limited terms.
The complaint lays out the facts that we claim, and the complaint will speak for itself.
Other officers come in, the chief says, to keep other halfway prisoners from getting involved. Dodd says while 2 officers clearly crossed the line, he feels the department took appropriate steps.
Right. Look at this. This is appropriate. You got 2-3 guys on top of him. He's bleeding out the legs. But this is appropriate action. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. Right. And so then Bill Rowe Birds wrote, even if he was high, that calls for all good to hit him even more. It is just such a scam, Bill. It is such a scam, dude. And so many people go around here and talk shit. Everybody, Special Ed Andrew is in the room. Special Ed. Everybody say hello to my friend Special Ed Andrew. Love you, buddy. I'm glad you're here.
Chief says to keep other halfway prisoners from getting involved. Dodd says while 2 officers...
Oh, yeah, Claudette, when we get numbers like this, when there's 190,000 people who've come through the chat in the past couple hours, you're going to get these bootlicking, red meat cop suckers who want to see people get hit. It's mostly based out of fear, Claudette. They're afraid that if they don't back the blue and cops suck, it's going to happen to them or their family. They think if they suck up to the cops enough, that when it does come down for them and they got the blue line and they got the blue line plate, license plate, and they got the cop supporter card in their wallet, that the cops are going to take it a little easier on them and their family. It's mostly fear-based. East Carbon Exposed, you know that. It's mostly fear-based. Special Ed Andrew is in the room, everybody. You guys double tap on the screen. Everybody double tap on the screen for me if you would, please. Double tap on the screen, Woody. You guys take your finger and double tap on the screen like you're racing on one of those old race car games. Double tap on the screen and then hit the subscribe button if you would, please. Put in the comment section OTVO for Overturn Terry versus Ohio.
Clearly crossed the line. He feels the department took appropriate steps.
This was all self-initiated. The Internal Affairs investigation was self-initiated. The grand jury presentment was self-initiated. The FBI and the Department of Justice investigation was self-initiated by my office.
Now, we are waiting to hear back from the FBI, but Chief Dodd says its investigation is still ongoing. The Internal Affairs investigation from the CPD is closed. Meanwhile, Tatum remains in jail charged with several offenses from this night, including assault on police officers.
He was charged with assaulting cops? There's a shocker. There's a shocker.
Attorney is working to get those charges vacated. And to see more of this story, log on to newschannel9.com. Kim?
Oh, it's just such a scam. We're just living in such a scam. They charged that guy with attacking cops. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So here's the thing, and I made this video into a short, so this short will be coming out, but I wanted to just cover this. So here's where we differentiate, okay? If you support what you see here, I mean, there's probably other channels on YouTube you're going to enjoy more than my channel, because I think this is trash. I think this is absolute, total, and complete trash. This is trash, what you're about to see right here. And if you support this kind of stuff, there's probably channels, Donut Operator, you can go over to his channel. I think there's, Blue Line Body Cam. There's Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety is a cop channel ran by cops, funds cops. It's all about cops. Allegedly, it funds cops. Allegedly, there's some sort of revenue share program from the emails I've received about Midwest Safety. So it's a cop channel that's going to give you a cop perspective and put little words on here. Like you see how this says attacking us for walking? That's a narrative, and that's what Midwest Safety does. So if you guys want to watch a cop sucking channel, go over to Midwest Safety. But if you agree with what you're about to see here, then there's probably other channels you're going to like better than my channel, because I don't agree with police brutality. And so let's watch this from the beginning, and you guys tell me what you think. Hit him in the back. Hit him in the back. Hit him in the back. Hit him again. Right there. Right there. If you agree with that kind of shit, this isn't the channel for you, dude. If you think cops should be able to run around on horseback and hit people with sticks, then you're probably on the wrong channel. I don't support this kind of shit. The people who send me super chats that are members of my channel, that buy memberships for other people, we don't support this kind of shit. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican, a Democrat, liberal, conservative, centrist. It doesn't matter where you stand. It matters where you stand on this right here. If you support this kind of shit, then you're on the wrong channel. There's channels out there you're going to like more than this one. And thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Hit the like button on your way out. Thank you for coming by. I really do genuinely appreciate you coming by the channel and dropping a like, dropping a comment, showing a little support. Thank you. I appreciate you very much for coming by. But you're not going to like this channel, man. You're just going to say stupid shit to me that I'm a communist or a liberal or I hate America or some ridiculously stupid shit. Like I don't support the Second Amendment when my gun is right here. Like if you come through my doors and I think you broke in, I will make a canoe out of your head. Your head will be blowed clean off. So I'm a huge Second Amendment supporter. So the liberals don't really want me on their side. But, you know, if you support this kind of shit right here, then you're on the wrong channel, man. There's channels out there you'll like better, is all I'm saying. Whack. 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 If you support that kind of shit, dude, we don't align. And there's no accountability at all whatsoever.
Forcibly.
There's no accountability for those dirty pigs that did that. That's some of the worst shit I've ever seen. Ever. The guy's just walking along calmly, slowly, grabbing people, and he starts beating them. Reach the peak, everybody. Say hello to my brother, Reach the Peak. Thank you, Reach the Peak. I appreciate your support. You are an unwavering supporter of this channel, of Team DLZ. Reach the peak, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Reach the peak. Got nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love for you, baby. I mean, that's a Second Amendment thing right there, where that cop, you know, that's a Second Amendment thing right there, as far as I'm concerned. Now I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you something. This is down at... Whoa. I got something that just came through in my email. Whoa. What? You guys got to see this. Holy shit. These cops are just out of control. These guys are such scumbags. This is unreal. Listen to this.
All right.
So listen to this. Listen to this pig. And take a look at him. If there's a definition of a pig, JBTP, put it in the comment section. JBTP, Jack, Boot, Thug, Pig. Put it in the comment section. Put it in this comment section. Pretty pleased with Cherries. Good to see you, Hawaii Audit. Good to see you. Good to see you, David. David W. Good to see you. Westman, good to see you. Mike Eline, shout out to Michael Eline. Check this out. Check out what this pig says. And he's a pig.
And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right? So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right? This is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail.
Ooh. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail.
Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail.
It's just if you celebrate this kind of pig saying, if you block, you're going to jail. If you resist a lawful order, you're going to jail. If you celebrate this kind of pig, this isn't the channel for you, is all I'm saying. There's other channels out there that you'll like better than mine. And God bless you, man. Go with God. I'll see you on the picket line.
If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail.
Hey, Piggy, you're not running down anybody, brother.
If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged.
You're going to get ran over?
Dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail.
Well, remember, Trump created that if they spit, we hit. There's no memo going around saying to spit on police or spit on Marines or spit on National Guardsmen. It was made up by the dumpster fire. They spit, we hit. There's no memo. I was down at ground zero for 3 days in a row. There's no memo to spit on cops. Did you guys double tap the like button? Did you guys all double tap? Double tap. We're not even at 1,000 likes. That's crazy. I have to just be more, I have to be more vigilant about it. You guys got to double tap on the screen for me, please, or hit the like button. There's only a few hundred people left in here, but hit the like button. Double tap on the screen for me, please. Double tap. Put in the comment section, Team DLZ. So Nina says, I support peaceful protests, not the destruction and violence. Nobody supports that who's a good person. It's on both sides. No. The cops escalated. I'm going to show you the video in a second. We need to use common sense and be decent toward each other. I agree, Nina.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail.
Just the threats, the absolute threats. The threats. It is just so unbelievable how they threaten us. It's just crazy.
And most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have.
What a sick fuck. You're going to get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs? What a pig.
Here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at.
What a pig. If you celebrate this kind of talk, you and I don't align. I don't want this pig threatening us. Fuck him. He can burn in hell, and I hope he does. May God forgive him because I'm human and I can't do it. I don't forgive this pig. I hope he burns in hell.
Because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Because we'll kill you graveyard dead. What a fucking joke. What a joke of a pig. What a joke. I mean, really, look at him. What a joke.
We're not going to play. This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked.
Oh, cops haven't attacked us for decades? You mean the dirty pigs aren't the ones who created a policy, procedure, and protocol of violence? Cops are being attacked. Oh, clutch your pearls. Karen clasp. Fuck you, pig, and the horse you rode in on. Cops are attacking us in the streets day in and day out. I don't have to even look for content. I can turn on the internet, turn on my camera here, and just start showing you videos of cops attacking, beating, raping, murdering, killing people in this country on the streets every single day. Complying Borg is here, everybody. What's up, Complying?
Being spit on.
Oh, being spit on. This idea that being spit on is even when there was COVID, no one was dying from being spit on. There's not a case where someone got spat on and then they died of COVID. There's not a single case. Is spitting on you gross? It's fucking gross, man. Should you be beat to shit because you spit on somebody? No. I spit just now when I talked. It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid.
Being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs.
Oh, just for doing their Nazi job? Just for being a Nazi brown shirt? Just for doing their job? What's their job? What's their job? Dude, you just go for it, man. Just, you know, you're good, dude. Just go somewhere else.
You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted.
Oh, they're being targeted like they're targeting families here where there's no crime being committed? They crossed a magical line in the sand. They're a criminal now. No, you're a criminal if you rape, rob, murder, steal, kill. That's how you're a criminal. You're not a criminal for crossing a magical line.
For doing their jobs. And you're
for doing their jobs as Nazis?
Seeing obstructionists.
Obstructionists? You mean people who are against deporting people without giving them due process? That's an obstructionist? I believe in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Why don't you? It says in the Constitution, 14th Amendment, if you're in this land on these jurisdictions, you have due process of law. It's a repeat of the 5th Amendment that you get due process. Even if you were previously a slave, you get due process. And if you're born here, you're a citizen. Could we change that? Amend that through a constitutional amendment? Absolutely. Can the dumpster fire change it by executive order? No, he can't. No, he cannot.
That are doing all of this. standing in the way of law and order.
Standing in the way of
They're
law
getting
and
orders
order?
saying that we
That is such a lie. You're not standing in the way of law and order.
can't leave. It's not 8 o'clock. Do you hear that? They're saying nobody leaves. It's not the 8 o'clock curfew. They've trapped us in here. They've surrounded us all in here. It was a peaceful protest. No one got violent. They got violent. They're waiting until curfew to arrest us all. They let the press go. So my message to the press, look, they're moving in on us, y'all, for no reason.
So let me give you a fun fact. If you have a press badge, then you don't get arrested for unlawful assemble. Did you know that?
We're not doing anything. They trapped us in here.
Baby, just stay here right now.
We're under arrest.
Under arrest for what?
They said we're under arrest.
For what? What is under arrest?
Okay.
We're from the city of Los Angeles.
We're under arrest, you guys. And I just had a message for the press. The press came and pretended like they were protesting with us. And when the time came, they went home.
You are a member of the press, but you have to have a press pass. We're going to fix that. We're going to fix that. Back to this video. He grabs her, drags her out. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said, we're going to get you a spit mask, but listen carefully to what she says. Listen to what she says.
You hit me in the face with a flashlight. How you
You hit me in the face with a flashlight, so I spit on you. I think I'd rather get the spit than I'd rather the flashlight in the face. What do you guys think? Put a 1 in the chat if you'd rather get spit on than be hit in the face with a flashlight. That is so ridiculously stupid. It's unbelievable.
How are you gonna explain that proof? You think it's okay because you have a badge? Criminals in the face with a flashlight? You little dick, man. You excuse for a man. You're a little.
Watch this. By her shoulders.
You're a
Look
little
at that. Ripped her up by her rotator cuffs. Did you see it?
You're a
Look
little
at that.
butt.
Watch.
Man, you're a little. You're a
Oh
little
my God. I wonder if he tore her rotator cuffs. I mean, that was brutal.
butt. You're a little. You're a little. You're a little.
She spit on me. I'm damaged. She spit on me. You're on the wrong channel, buddy. Listen, I just sent a guy packing, kicked him off my channel. Go to a channel where they're going to appreciate your point of view. I don't appreciate your point of view. I don't respect it. People here don't like your point of view. There's other channels where you can go and lick the boots all you want, bro. But do me a favor, don't come back. I'll unblock you as soon as the live stream ends, but don't come back to this channel. Go lick boots somewhere else, brother. There's other channels where they'll appreciate you sucking off the cops. But on this channel, we don't really appreciate that, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, you're going to be happier. Plus, you know, you don't want to be kicked off a channel. You don't want to be kicked out of here, right? I did it. I'm the one who just literally went and kicked you off my channel. I don't want you here. I don't want you here. No, the same thing for you, wrestling. If you want to come here and lick boots, I'll kick you right off my channel. You want to come here and suck off the cops? There's other channels. Me kicking you off the channel is going to help you go to a channel where you're appreciated. But I don't appreciate people who lick the boots of cops. Good job, pigs, for dragging a woman, slamming her on the ground. then lifting her up by her shoulder. That was just disgusting. It was disgusting. It's just disgusting. Oh, well, then no problem, dude. Let me help you. There you go, bud. There you go. There you go. Anybody else? Cool. Let me just send you packing. There you go. Anybody else? Who else wants to get kicked off? I'll kick you right off. I don't give a fuck. There's people here who support what I do, and my team, Team DLZ, we roll deep. If you wanna talk your shit, cool. I'll kick you out. No problem. I don't give a fuck. You think I care? You think I give a shit? You think I care? People make things up about me. Just make up stories about me that I went to my buddy's house and kicked him out and did a bunch of drugs in his house all night. Then my buddy came home at 6 a.m. and kicked me out of his house. First I kicked him out of his house. Then he kicked me out of his house, and I did drugs there all night, and there was drug paraphernalia everywhere. Made up. Just made up stories. So you think I give a fuck about kicking you off my channel because you're licking boots here? I don't. And I've asked the moderators not to kick people out, and they just time people out. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, there's going to be other channels that you're going to like better than mine. You know what I mean? There'll be channels that you'll vibe with better, and you'll get along with better. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's other things. There's other places you can go. Do you know what I mean? Thanks, nobody. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, dude. I mean, it's just you're in the wrong place. Do you know what I mean? Team DLZ, am I incorrect about this? If you want to suck off cops, there's the donut operator. There's all kinds of channels you can go to. That's it. The video cut off. I know it, Gary Bryant. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Right on. Steve's been here since 2022. Steven, everybody say hello to Steven. Everybody say hello to Steven. Appreciate you, Steven. Anyway, listen, how long I've been streaming for? I've been streaming for a couple hours, I think. I don't know how long I've been here. I think I've been here for almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. I've been here. Is that Top Rock? Did I see Top Rock in here? Complying Borg. Reach the peak. Yeah, I mean, good to see you. Alfred Duff. Remember, I accidentally removed a bunch of moderators when I was unblocking people. I started Xing moderators because there's 2 different boxes in my studio. One box is moderators and one box is people who have been blocked. I unblocked like 1,000 people today or something like that. Over the past month, people have been blocked. So I unblocked a bunch of people, but I also deleted some moderators along the line. So if you got unmodded, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You know, I thanks, Gary Bryant. And remember, you guys, listen, I need a few people more besides Gary Bryant and Chevy and a few other folks to donate a little bit of cash for Craig Hendry. If you Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal me, put Hendry on the subject line. We sent him more money yesterday. He's got a bond coming up. We got a few $100 in a GoFundMe that I'll transfer over to Erica. But I need a few people. Thanks, nobody. Did everybody hit the subscribe button? Thanks, man. I appreciate your support, nobody. Nobody. I appreciate nobody's support. But anyway, listen, if you guys can, if you can donate 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks, I'm going to push that forward to Craig Hendry. And I read this morning from his significant other that he's not in Vermilion County right now, but he's short time. We almost have, June 12th. He's supposed to get out at the end of this month. So Craig Hendry's supposed to get out at the end of this month. Kevin Bernarski, what's going on, Playboy? Mikey B. Iron Lion, my friend. Good to see you, Mikey. Here's a good example. Mikey B, I mean, I'm not outing him or anything, but he supports Trump. Or he has supported Trump. I don't know. Has your opinion changed at all, Mikey B, as you see what's going on? Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But Mikey B is solid, man. He's one of my people. And we don't agree. But we're allowed to disagree. You can disagree with me all day. I have not seen Chevy yet. Chevy! What's up, Playboy? You know, but listen, I support Mikey B. He has a feeling, he has a belief in the dumpster fire. Hey, who am I to say he can't have that feeling, that belief? But that's not the feeling and the belief that I have. You know. Hey, John, that doesn't happen. John says, who do you call when someone robs your car at gunpoint? Well, John, do you know who got carjacked? Me in 1998. I got carjacked in Arlington, Texas with a gun to the side of my head. Did I call the police in time to stop that carjacking? No. No. The cops don't do what you think they do, John. The cops are not your heroes and saviors. They use the chalk outline your body after you're dead. Cops aren't saving anybody. It's less than 2% of the time that cops are Johnny on the spot and solve or save somebody in a situation. Less than 2% of the time. 98% of the time, the cops absolutely are scumbags and are just there to terrorize you, fine you, fee you, arrest you, impound your car, steal your money, and take you to the dungeon. Bill Roberts with a super chat for Craig Henry. Right on, Bill Roberts. I will put 30 of that towards Craig Henry. I will put 30 of that. PF said, why is Mikey B allowed to disagree with you, but other people get kicked out? No, there's people in here who are cops sucking they want my attention, so I gave it to them. And I don't want you here today. I'll unblock you at the end of the day, but you don't get to come here and listen. You got your own channel. You can create a channel. You can get hundreds and thousands of people to come to your channel. But I'm not going to listen to you cops suck in my comments. I'm not going to blow the cops here and me just watch it. I mean, whatever, dude. Whatever. Anyway, listen, I got to get Butch the Original is here. Butch the Original is here. What's going on, Playboy? Adam said, I think they stopped using chalk in the 1960s, but we got your point. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Complying Borg. Aaron Queen. What's going on, Playboy? Oh, man. Mikey, I moderated him so you wouldn't kick him out. Aaron Queen and Mikey B hate each other. So, Mikey, don't fucking block him, dude. I know you hate the guy. I know you hate him. I get it. Aaron Queen's not popular in a lot of chats, but I like his sassiness. I mean, as long as he doesn't come in here cop sucking, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys don't like each other. I know you don't. I get it. Anyway, listen, I'm not going to get in the politics of this. Rancho Relaxo, Radic, a.k.a. Ski. Listen, I got to get the flock out of here, you guys. Didn't see Chevy. Jack, good to see you. Mikey B, love you, dude. Complying Borg. PF, listen, dude, you can do whatever you want, but by the time I get done, I'm like done with the bootlicking shit. So Bill Roberts, thanks for the super chats, man. You hooked it up, dude. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the super chats. Reach the peak. Bruce, Greg, I love you guys, man. Aaron, you're not going to be blocked forever. I put you in a 10-second timeout to try to change some of that stuff, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Melania, Claudette, good to see you. Gloria, Rat Boy Ninja, good to see you, man. Oh, I will on the next one, Rat Boy Ninja. Did you send me the video? Send it to me again, Rat Boy, so I can have it fresh in my emails. Nobody, thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.